It is the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, October 20th, 2023, and we are coming to you live this morning. How is everybody doing today?
Good.
Woo. Oh, man. I'm in a very much thank God it's Friday mode.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know why. I just feel tired today. Wipe me out this week. Must have been all that running.
Oh, yeah. Did you practice again
No,
yesterday?
I did not. Are you kidding me? 2 days in a row?
Oh.
Would have been able to walk for a week.
Plus, you got to do it today after the show. So
I'm leaving for the Hard Rock today.
No,
I'm leaving early.
Nope.
I'll meet you guys at the stop sign. What's up? How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
So, Spanish is in jail for his 89th day.
Yeah.
I'm going with it, man. Everybody, even online, everybody's like, well, where is Spanish? He's in jail.
Yeah.
He's, might as well just tell him that.
Doing hard time.
Mm-hmm.
I texted him on Wednesday or Thursday? Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, and he didn't get back with me, which I thought, maybe he's sleeping, whatever, but no update. I have not talked to him.
Joe, this is what we rely on you on, coming in with the fulls.
All right. I did see him momentarily yesterday.
Momentarily, like you didn't even just want to check on him?
Was it through glass and you were talking with the phone?
Well,
telephone?
Yeah, he told me he needed a hug, and I said, I'll let you hold my hand, but only for like 2 minutes.
Put your hand up on the glass. Stay strong.
Not his hand.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, I did see him, but yeah.
Does he still look gross?
I don't think, he doesn't look as bad as he looked before, but.
Before he comes in, he's like grooming.
He always looked bad, in my opinion.
I didn't know that's where you're going with it, but.
I want him to get deloused and shaved.
Well, I
I
mean,
want
I
him to
think
come in here like when you find a puppy and you take it to the vet and you go give it all its shots, get it all ready to go.
Like when you go to prison for the first time, they throw that powder at you.
Yeah,
And then they hose you down.
Get the lye on it. You kill all the germs and everything. Yeah, that's what I want. I need to come in here all post first prison shower.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it probably would be good to delouse him before he comes in.
Yeah,
you
too? You're in the same house.
Well, I know, but I don't. Like I said, I don't. I mean, I see him very, very rarely.
Okay.
Do we think he'll be back next week before the cruise?
By the way, can we talk about the cruise for a second?
Yeah.
Still haven't heard back from Bert. I'm very excited for the cruise, and I had to add Tom to the cruise. So I called the cruise line, and I talked to a guy yesterday, and he goes, I go, hey, I talked to a girl earlier in the week. I had to get Tom's information to add him. And he goes, okay, let me pull it up. And he goes, hey, you already got 4 people in a room. And I was like, she said up to 8. He goes, oh, hold on, let me pull it up. He pulls it up, and I go, yeah. He goes, oh, yeah, you're in the suite. And he goes, I go, yeah, it's a pretty big room. And he goes, yeah, this is the biggest room on the ship. And I go, interesting. Why do I have that room? Like, why doesn't Bert have that room? And he goes, no, he does. He goes, there's 2 of them. They're right across from each other. You have one and he has the other one.
Oh,
wow.
El Presidente.
Holy.
Yeah.
He goes, this room is 1,600 square feet. I went, you've got to be kidding me. I go, this is fantastic. So he was like, yeah, we could take care of that. So now we know.
That's bigger than a lot of people's houses. Like Carmen said the other day, it's bigger than her townhouse.
He said Oprah stayed in this room when she went on the cruise, and that P. Diddy got both rooms and took the wall out in between them so that he could have one big room. I guess they do that too.
The Oprah suite, you guys.
I'm in the
have.
Oprah suite.
So then you have a wall that you're sharing with Bert, so he's going to do the knock, scratch.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I would imagine he's going to be in there with Leanne and the girls. So I think this is fantastic.
Do you think if any of the comics find out that you have like the best room out of anybody?
I have nothing on this cruise to do. I have asked Bert, do you want me to host a panel? Do you want me to do anything? And he was like, yeah. Nothing. So I'm going just as a passenger right now. We're not required to do any work or anything, and I have the biggest room on the ship. So, yes, I love Bert for that, but I feel like when we get there, they're going to be like, no, someone's made a mistake. You're in Miss Pat's room right now, or something like that. You know what I mean? Not that we don't deserve a good room. I just feel like, do we deserve the second biggest room on the ship?
Yeah, but think about the other people that are going. They don't need that. You know what I mean?
You want to keep them down so when they're on the road, they don't expect that.
But not only that, I'm going with the theory of on our cruises, Bert, you gave him a very nice room. So he has to reciprocate.
I mean, I didn't give him that nice a room.
But,
yeah.
I mean, for the ship that it was on, whatever, he had a very nice room. Because if he gave you just, regular old room, no window or something, you'd be like, are you serious? Like all the cruises?
Which I was ready for that because I would try to upgrade. And
You were not happy about it.
No, but I knew that the cruise was almost sold out, so I was like, whatever, we're good. But man, I'm very impressed.
There's got to be a catch. There's something that's not just, it doesn't add up.
I just feel like something's coming. Like,
Yeah.
The guy said this room, if you would have booked this room, it would have been how much for the 4-day cruise or whatever it is, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
You asked him?
He told me
I'm going to say for 4 nights.
per
With
person.
the cruise per person.
No, whole thing.
The whole thing, I'm going to say, let's see. I'm going to go around $9,000.
Wrong.
12.
Wrong.
15.
Wrong. 27,000.
Oh, mamma
Yeah.
mia. Oh, mamma mia.
Because it's not. You don't just get the room. You get we're on the 14th floor, which is a private deck.
Which
You
is
need-
the 13th floor. But go ahead.
Right. You need a key card to get up there. It's got a private pool for just the people on the 14th
What?
floor. And then so we went. This is how we went. We went to Greece. We stayed on.
The Oprah suite?
We didn't stay in the Oprah suite, but we were in that section of the boat. So there's a room that's there, 24 hours a day that you can go in. It's just like a lounge, and they got people constantly putting out food and sodas and drinks, and in the morning coffee and breakfast. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Very excited, Joe.
I'm very excited.
You freeloader.
Yeah, all right, I'll take it. You're not going to ruin my day on Friday, bro.
By the way, you mentioned Miss Pat. Did you know Miss Pat has her show that's on BET?
Yes.
Did you know she is now a judge?
I did know that.
I
yes.
saw a promo where Miss
Yeah.
Pat is a judge.
That's
Yeah.
going to be great.
You gotta make everybody a judge.
You
Everybody.
gotta let Miss Pat say the N word.
Oh,
It's just because she's so funny when she does. Like there's certain people that when they do it in comedy, it's like Chris Rock. It's way funnier when he says it. So if Miss Pat,
then when Gio says it afterward.
no,
Racist.
Gio told me that they would try to put her on the show, right?
They did, yeah.
It's just so hard to do phoners with people. And
Yeah.
the connection's bad, and she's like, "That's right, I'm a judge."
She's
So-
promoting the judge show.
I'll talk to her. What I do need, I need to get my son. I need to have Bert write my son a letter of recommendation for FSU.
Yeah.
And my son said, "What's the best way to do that?" He goes, "Should we just ask him on the cruise?" I go, "No, you should write it now, bring it on the cruise, and when he's drunk, have him sign it." He goes, "Okay,
Perfect.
You know, it'd be great is to have him do a video presentation.
that too." But will it hurt him or will it help? You know what I'm saying? Like I might grab him when Joey's over there. I might go stand by Bert. And I'll go, "Bert, tell FSU why Joey should go to the school." And
Have
then
Joey or Tom or somebody video it.
I want Derek Brooks to do one too, but I have a feeling that'd be a lot harder. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't know. He's looking at Ole Miss now. There's so many schools that he likes for different reasons, but FSU is his number one choice. I just don't know it. They're pretty strict on grades. I don't know if he's going to get in. So, although it's crazy because this year he has straight A's. I wish he would have just done this earlier than what he's doing now.
Yeah, now's the year you don't really need the
Right, that's what I said.
straight
I told him, and I've said this on the air. You kids going into high school, these next 3 years are the most important years of your life. 3, because the fourth one doesn't even really matter. If you bust your ass for freshman, junior, and sophomore and junior year, you can coast through that senior year. Joey's taken off like 12 days already. You can coast through that senior year and enjoy being a senior because you've already gotten the grades that you need to get into any college you want to go to. Whether you want to go to college or not, it's done, and it's done for the next couple of years. So if you want to take some time off and travel, when you come back, you still have those 3 years of those accumulated grades that you can transfer somewhere. Not transfer, but I mean you can show that, I don't know, it's just so I wish kids would learn that. I wish somebody would have told me 3 years and out. That's all you need.
But when you're that age, though, 3 years feels like forever.
I know, but it's
really
just,
does.
It's all you have to do. I told Joey and Jake, I sat them down like the first father thing that I ever did. I sat them down and I said, "Listen to me. 3 years. Keep your crap together for 3 years. Study, learn." I said, "I don't even really care if you cheat. Whatever you have to do to get A's for those 3 years is all you need." Because now you're all of a sudden you're like, "Well, no, I don't think I want to go to college." Oh, now you want to go to college. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, you gotta listen to people. I didn't listen to anybody. I just got lucky. No, nobody told me 3 years. Most of my family was like, yeah, as soon as you get out, we'll put you in construction. So my father in my sophomore year was like, you need to take the civil test so that you can come out. You don't have to be a cop, but you can be a fireman. Or I was like, I'm not doing any of that stuff.
I tell kids all the time, you don't even need high school.
Yeah. Well, look,
it.
if you're going to be a mechanic or a welder or something where you could start immediately and you've already have some experience and knowing how to do it, yeah, go right into it if that's really what you want to do. You know, I'm not against that at all. My son said to me, listen, I really think that I want to, weld. I'd be like, great, get all your welding skills that you can as a young guy, and then open your own welding company. My nephew Tommy, that went to Navy, he loves mechanics, and he loves cars and all that stuff. I said, look, go learn in the Navy to be the best mechanic ever, and then when you get out, go be the personal mechanic for some billionaire. You know, there's plenty of ways to do those jobs and make great money while you're doing it. Own your own business, become your own boss, make your own hours. There's plenty of ways to do those things. You just have to know what you want to do. And unfortunately, if you don't have those 3 years and you don't have that high school and you change your mind, now you're in deep, it's better to have it and not use it than to not, not have it at all. I found that out when I was in radio and I didn't finish my college degree, and I thought I need something to fall back on when I got out, like I'd get fired and I'd have to go get another job, whatever. Everything required a college degree. I remember I went to go apply to Enterprise Rent-A-Car, and they're like, you need a bachelor's degree. I go to rent cars?
Yeah.
You guys, the computer's doing everything. You're just having people sign it and trying to convince them to get that insurance you don't need. That's the hardest thing here. It's crazy. Sorry, Enterprise, I wasn't insulting you, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see where he lands. I said I wanted him to go far away so that he wasn't here all the time. I told him, I said, I will miss you, and it'll be terrible, but I will also enjoy not having to have you around all the time.
Yeah.
Your big, ugly man hands.
Are you going to let Joe move into Joey's room?
I wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah.
I'd never go in there.
The clothes are already there.
Yeah, it's true. The clothes are there, Joe. It might be a little big on you.
Probably be a little bit big right now.
Roll him up at the legs.
I'll need him. I'll need his 12-year-old wardrobe.
Yeah. Look, it's probably on the
creepy.
floor in his room somewhere.
That does sound really
It does
creepy.
sound creepy. Like I told Galvin one time, I made a folder on my computer, a desktop, because I have all these floating pictures around and I want to organize them, and it just said kids, and I had to go change it to my kids.
Yeah.
Just didn't want.
Yeah.
Just get a folder for just kids' pictures. Oh, my wife is starting to get. Yeah, we went to the bank yesterday. We had to go inside the bank, and while I was sitting there was a little kid in the waiting room with his mom, and he had a little. It was like a cloth frisbee almost, and I'm like, come on, throw me that frisbee. I wanted to play with the kid. My wife goes, just leave the kid alone. I go, oh, he's bored. I'm bored. We're doing stuff together. I don't know. The kid was wanting to do something. He wanted to run around throwing the frisbee to himself. Who does that? Whatever. Yesterday on the show, when Martine Gramatica was here, we unleashed a new campaign to get Martine in, and that's to get Martine in the Ring of Honor. The petition at getmartinein.com is near 2,500 signatures in one day. That's pretty good. If we can keep that going, we'll have a pretty large number at the end of the month. I want to then take it and send it to the Glazers with a little thank you basket for their consideration, and let them know that the people of Tampa Bay really love Martine Gramatica, all except for one guy who's insisting on the Facebook page that Martine is just mediocre.
I
and that
saw
the numbers
that guy.
I was like, you're just a dick.
Yeah.
You're a dick, and you also don't understand the difference. There's a difference between the Hall of Fame and the Ring of Honor. The Hall of Fame is numbers. That's why Mike Allstott is not in the Hall of Fame. Well, he clearly should be. His numbers don't look like a running back's numbers, because he was really a fullback and a feature back, so they don't. It's unfair to him. In the Ring of Honor, though, it is definitely a place where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans honor those players, and Martine is one of those fan favorites who did so much to score for us all over through the years where we had no quarterback but a great defense. So you didn't see Derek Brooks at his Hall of Fame thanking Trent Dilfer. You saw him thanking Martine Gramatica.
Yeah, I'm going to take the advice from Joe Scumbag, Facebook guy, over Derek Brooks,
Right.
Yeah.
Warren Sapp, all these first ballot Hall of Famers that actually played the game.
So that's just, people are just like to be dicks for attention, and that's fine. But the reason I even mentioned it is because it was only one person. It was only one person who didn't love Martine out of all the people who loved the idea and loved to have it up there. And I can't, I'm asking, I'm begging you to go to getmartinein.com and click the thing to sign your name, the petition to sign your name. I do want to tell you that I just used change.org because that seems like the one that everyone uses for petitions. But people are reporting to me that they were getting follow-up emails about donations or something. We are not collecting any money for anything. There is nothing going towards. We're not going to give the Glaciers a pack of $100 bills once they don't need it. And second of all, it is not. So if you get any follow-up emails from them asking you for money or anything else, just ignore it all. Once you sign it, that's all we want people to do is sign it. Some people have uploaded videos. Some people have written little messages of why they love Martine. Feel free to do all that stuff. He will be able to see it all. Most people will be able to see it all. But we are not asking for any money whatsoever. Any donation you make or that they ask you for, I have no idea where it goes. Don't do it. There you go. Don't do it, Joe.
I won't do
I
it,
know
Michael.
you're tempted to get on the site and give them the money.
I love I love Martine.
I know you do. You're the same height.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, this weekend after the show, I'm headed down to, excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm headed down to South Florida to hang out at the Hard Rock for the weekend and go see Matt Kramer from Saigon Kick tonight. Meanwhile, his counterpart and enemy, Jason Beeler, and Jeff Scott Soda will be in Lakeland tonight. So, two great choices on the opposite ends of the state. But I'm headed out there. I'm ready to do some gambling, kind of priming up a little bit because I'm really going to do some gambling on the Bert Cruise.
Yeah.
That's where the action's at.
What are you looking to play? Blackjack, 3-card?
You know, I'm with my wife. We play 3-card because she likes to slow roll. But when I'm alone, I like to play blackjack. Just keep it moving.
Yeah.
I don't even care if I lose. Just keep it moving. It'll come back. And she just, when it comes to blackjack, she's kryptonite, man. The minute she walks around me, the minute she's in my peripheral, I feel it.
Is this your first time down at that Hard Rock?
No, but I have not been there since the Super Bowl when we went down there to broadcast. So
Yeah.
that was a long time ago. I know there's an improv down there, so I got to see who's there. Maybe somebody good.
Yeah.
This week, Faizon Love is at the Improv here, and he's coming in the studio today. We haven't seen him since we've been in this room, so it's been years. He's one of my all-time favorite guests that we have on the show. You know him from Friday, but to me, he's from Made with Vince Vaughn, which is one of my favorite movies ever, and of course, Couples Retreat and all these other movies. And I believe that we have a girl in common. Me and Faizon Love.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm going to bring that up today.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Do you know who is at the Hollywood Improv?
I do
Hollywood,
not.
Florida Improv tonight?
Who?
A guy you may have heard of. Mike Cannon.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
Just tonight or the weekend?
No, it looks like he's there tonight at the lab. And then the main room actually is Eliza Schlesinger.
Ugh. I'd go see Cannon. I wouldn't go see Schlesinger. It's so weird that never in my life did I think there would be a time where hot girls would be such a turnoff to me once they start talking.
And then Saturday is Marlon Wayans.
No, I ain't going on that either.
Yeah, but Mike Cannon.
Yeah, I'd go see, out of all three of those, I'd go see Mike Cannon only. I can't imagine Marlon Wayans being funny at all. And, no. I wonder why they're only doing one night each.
Well, Mike Cannon looks like he's only there Friday. Eliza is there. She's doing 2 shows on Friday. Yeah, I don't know.
Mike Cannon is doing the podcast with Chris Stefano now.
Yeah.
That's tight. I think that's better when these guys team up because there's too many and they're too fragmented. But if you start putting the good guys together, that could be really good.
I think the podcast with him and Feeney and Sagalo, I think they stopped it.
I mean, once Feeney did a really good job on Tonight's Show, I think everybody was like,
Yeah.
all right, Feeney, we had enough of helping you out. Feeney does nothing for me. I don't think he's not funny or anything like that. He doesn't have that appeal.
Yeah.
He'll be one of those guys that's successful. He'll host his own Tonight Show or something like that. But as far as funny, Cannon's funny. Sagalo's hilarious. Like, those guys are just fun, you know? I don't know. I'd love to have all three of them become successful and just watch Bobby just lose his mind.
Oh.
Yeah.
I saw the pod. It was they had Dice on with DeStefano and Cannon. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Dice will do that, but he won't come here.
Yeah, I know.
Meanwhile,
That's the first thing I thought.
he does, plays in Side Splitters once a month and can't find time. Like, in the beginning, I said, listen, I want to interview Dice for an hour. I'll do it long form. If I have to go down to the club, if I have to go to his hotel room and do it, because he's too old to get up in the morning. And they said he doesn't like to get up in the morning anymore. I said, I'll go down there and bring it to him. And then they were like, yeah, he's just getting old. That was the thing. He's getting old. Then they were like, he really doesn't need it because it's so. I go, cool. All right. If you think I'm
Yeah.
going to wait around till Dice needs help selling tickets and then be like,
Yeah.
okay, Dice, I'll come in there. So that relationship's over. Not relationship. We didn't have one, but it's just like, I don't know. I just hate people who don't have a grasp on reality. I'm a guy who likes him and has a lot of things to talk about, and I'm willing to come to him to do it, which when's the last time you saw me do that? I won't even run to the stop sign. And I'm willing to take the equipment and go out to him and do the thing there so he's comfortable. I don't know. I'm too old now. Whatever. I'm not bitter. No. What is all this? Is this house covered in tumbleweeds? Is that what that is?
Looks like it.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine living somewhere where tumbleweeds are the problem? Don't those look like tribbles from Star Trek?
Yeah. The trouble with tribbles.
Oh, man. I'm going to just take some phone calls because I don't feel like doing anything today. I got a good message from Medicine Man. Mike Calta Show, good morning. Oh, it's the same every day. You just, you already? It's 6:23. Were they going to hold on for 20 minutes? Unfair. I don't like it. I'm not taking any of them. Good call, Carmen. Don't put anybody on hold.
Okay.
I'll answer it live after Sporcle. How about that? No, I know, but don't put them on hold. Let them just keep ringing and ringing and ringing.
Right.
I'll just grab it live. How do you like that? Good.
Yep.
What are you and Chadley doing this weekend? Oh, yeah, you're going home. Are you staying? Don't. If you're not back, I'm telling people you went to jail.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
That's true. Spanish doesn't even post anything, right?
Mm.
Because they take his phone away when they check him into jail.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I'm starting to believe he really is in jail.
We tried to smuggle one of those burner phones in, but it was
didn't fit.
unsuccessful.
They got lost in there.
Nobody wanted to touch him. We kept throwing it at it. It just didn't work.
We might try again next week.
We tried to call him one time and he didn't answer, and then didn't bother to call us the next day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You think he'd be smart enough to keep his name alive and call into the show?
That feels like it was weeks ago.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I texted him on Wednesday, and it's Friday, and I still haven't heard anything back from him. Wouldn't you know?
Is he in jail?
Every time I talk to him, he's like, I'm so lonely, and I just can't talk to
Yeah.
anyone, and this and that. Well, I'm reaching out.
I have to tell you, Joe has been pretty good at answering his phone and returning phone calls.
That's right.
I am very surprised by that.
The other day, I was trying to track something down for the show, and Spanish was not returning my phone calls or texts.
Shocking.
So I had to text Joe.
That's all. It's what I do. I go, "Where's your father?"
I was like, "What's going on? Is Spanish around?" He goes, "No, he's not."
I don't need Spanish to drive me to the liquor store. Drizzly delivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I call Joe and I can't get a hold of Joe, and I text Spanish and I go, "Are you with your father?" And he'll go, "He's in his room somewhere," and I go, "All right, if he's awake, tell him to call me." And then when I need to get a hold of Spanish, I have to call Joe now because Spanish doesn't respond.
But I've been very responsive these past couple weeks.
You've been great.
Joe said, "As soon as I see him, whenever that is, I will tell him that you're looking for him."
Yeah. And
Now-
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you
no, you have nothing on your skin, no marks. You're okay.
No.
Sugar face. You check her naked body to make sure she's got nothing.
Oh, I mean, I've gone over her with a fine tooth comb, Michael.
Good. I like to make sure everybody's safe. All right. Well, let's get the show moving today. Faizon Love will be in here in the 9 o'clock hour. We will be promoting getmartinein.com. If you haven't signed, it is free. It is just us giving a nod to Martin Gramatica and let him know how much we love him and appreciate what he did for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And hopefully the Glazers will take note of it, and put him in the Buccaneers Ring of Honor. I got some nice coverage on Fox 13 News yesterday, and it is out in press release now. So hopefully more people will jump on board. And this is one of those things where I'm not looking for the credit. I want the bandwagon. I want everybody to jump on it. I want everybody to vote. And I want to be able to say we got 50,000 signatures or whatever the number is, and turn it over to the Glazers and say, please take this for consideration because this is our guy and this is how Tampa Bay feels. So,
It seems like a lot of people in the media are reposting it as well.
oh, good,
Yeah.
good. GetMartinein.com is up and live. Go ahead and click on it. Let's take a break. We'll get some commercials out of the way. We'll come back. We'll play Sporcle. Don't put them on hold, Carmen. I'm taking them all live. It should be excellent. Should be flawless with no problems. Carmen will tell us what we have to give away. Sporcle is next on 102.5 The Bone. 6:43 on the Mike Calta show. It's 102.5 The Bone. I think Jen Epstein's letting her hair, the blonde, go away. Let it mix back.
Yeah.
She took my advice. Right? It looks like it's a little darker. It just looked like a golden retriever was standing behind her. No, behind her and like putting his paws on her shoulder.
Yikes.
Listen to me. Jen Epstein's beautiful. She knows I love her. I'm kidding. There's Charlie Belcher, equally as beautiful. Where is he? Oh, we don't know because they didn't tell us.
Once we pointed out that they did that because of us, they took it away.
Yep. Charlie actually told me that. I don't know if I should say it. I'll tell you
definitely.
off, but tell me, remind me off the air. I'll tell you off the air. Interesting fact.
Just give us a hint on air.
All right, I'll just tell you on there. He said that that for a while they weren't doing that for safety reasons.
Oh.
They don't really need to let everybody know exactly where
Right.
he is.
Probably because of Will.
The Jew.
Remember, that's how Will.
Do you know that, Jew?
No.
This was before Geo.
Yeah.
We did a thing. We were looking at a place. Who were we looking at a place? Rob? Somebody.
I think so.
And we're having people get our attention somehow. And Charlie Belcher was doing a live shot, and I think it was at Safety Harbor, and some guy came and interrupted his shot, and it was Will from Will Kunze.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
before he worked here.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I kind of remember that now, but I did not know
And
that
we
it
were
was
like,
Will.
not Charlie.
Yeah.
Don't do it to Charlie Belcher.
And he was like, I felt like I totally blew it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you kind of did.
Was Charlie pissed?
He handled it very well. He's like, okay, I'm a fan of Mike Caltas too. You don't have to.
Oh,
you don't have to ambush
man.
it. It was live. It was all live.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were like, not Charlie. You don't do it to Charlie. Do it to anybody on Channel 8, not Charlie. Yeah. I know Channel 8 always just seems like the one that I hated that Keith Kate guy. He always looked like he just was so uptight. I think it's the
Yeah.
name Keith.
Is he still there?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. Keith, Gail Gallardo, all those face people. I don't like any of them. Oh. There's a part of me at the end of the day that goes, maybe you should just shut up sometimes and not talk about everything. And then there's another part that's like, you can't shut up. That's what you do. Jen Epstein's beautiful, and I would take her with blonde tips, with red tips. I would probably take her with a mohawk. I'm just putting that out there. Except Amanda Pappas, I don't like her anymore.
Oh, you guys broke up?
Went right to her head.
Yeah.
Boo.
You
2
know.
days of love and adoration. Oh, by the way, there she is on TV. She looks awesome.
yeah.
She looks smoking
Yeah.
hot. Yeah. Look, you can't. Hey, listen to me. I can say whatever I want. She doesn't like me anymore now. So,
The cold front's
She's-
coming in.
oh yeah, it is. Oh, look at her. She is gorgeous. She pregnant?
What?
Look when she
See,
turns
this
it.
is
Look,
bad.
look,
Oh,
look when
that's
she
where
turns to the side. Look when she turns to the side.
That's what you say.
Maybe we got a little. Maybe,
I'm-
I got you.
I'm only looking at the radar.
They say you're supposed to ask women if they're pregnant.
Yeah.
If you're
I
not
didn't
sure,
ask her.
just
I
ask,
said it to you guys.
ask about it on the #1 show in Tampa Bay.
Yep.
Tell me she doesn't have a little pooch. Wow. Am I right or wrong? Nobody even wants to look at the TV. Look at it right there, right there.
Oh.
I hope we find out that I'm right. You guys are gonna be like, you know what? You were the only one brave
All I
enough
see
to
is
say it.
partly cloudy skies with a chance
Yeah.
of rain.
She's beautiful. She really is. All right, I'm done. I'm back to looking at Charlie Belcher now.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's check in with Carmen. Nope. What do we do with Carmen? We have today's Carmen, tell us what we have to give away today. She threw me off. Amanda
He's all
Pappas threw me off.
Pappas up.
Yep. Monster Jam is happening at Raymond James Stadium at a weird time this year, right? It's usually sometime when it's later in the year. I don't know. It seems like it's like January, February. Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
they do it twice a year, and they
Yeah,
usually do it in February. Like they're
Good.
doing now.
Mm-hmm. TSO's gone? Oh, that means it's selling really well. That's good. Dun, 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 dun. Uh-huh. Not selling well. Mm-hmm. I love the way you said evening. You're like, I'm not having Jimmy Page come after me. No way. I'm changing that up. All right, let's do it right now with a little bit of Sporcle. Here we go. Pap is the judge and scorekeeper, and may I say, doing a great job.
Thank you, Michael.
Carmen is the keeper of Sporcle. The phone callers are ringing. We will grab a live winner when we're done. Carmen, what are we playing today?
Oh.
Oh, why a fast one? Why can't we take our time, pace it out a little bit? All right. Okay. Day.
Day.
Man.
House.
Farm.
Mountain. Ah.
City. Thank you. I dinged, but I didn't hear my name.
Broken Mountain.
Night.
Shore.
Girl.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Same.
Harry.
River. Cowboy.
Little.
Run.
Chicken Run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Midnight Chicken. Again.
Island.
Cowboy.
Love.
Law. Oh.
Sky.
Game.
Michael.
You know it wasn't, right?
I did. I actually
Okay.
thought it was a tie. I mean, I'm so far ahead. I would give up one point. I just thought it was a tie.
It's just he's terrible, so it doesn't even matter.
I don't think you're that
Just
far.
go ahead.
You're not that far ahead.
It doesn't matter. Go ahead. Yeah, Mike. Yeah.
I don't know. You can say tie. I'm fine with tie.
No, that's all right.
I'll take the point.
The
You guys don't
terrible
want it.
judge said it was you, so
That's right.
I think you do a fair and impartial job. Joe.
Thank you, Mike.
down, take out the trash and walk the dogs, you idiot.
Okay.
Business.
Oh, come on,
Come on.
Judge.
Galvin.
Of course.
Street.
What was the second one? Yeah.
Oh,
Jane.
Oh, yeah.
Calamity.
Calamity.
You never heard the word calamity?
Calamity Jane? You don't know who she is?
Oh.
Boy.
She
I
go
want to
back
read
to
a book on that.
Go back to fourth grade.
Spanish is not on the board. He has 0. Galvin has 3 points. Gio slightly ahead by 1 with 4. And Michael is your leader. He's got 9.
What?
All right, I'm coming back now.
Told you.
That's not right.
I should have 10.
You do. You got it. He gave it to you. Do you not understand how that works?
Movie.
Mountain.
Gio.
Dalmatians.
What's the second one?
Days.
No.
I don't know.
Hours.
No.
Come on.
127 Dalmatians. There's too many.
That's the sequel.
Christmas.
I wanted to say Treachers.
People.
Uh,
Away.
Cowboy.
Cowboy.
No. We all answered right.
yeah.
Express. Yeah.
Rider.
Snatchers.
What was the second word?
Oh, I know it.
Heat.
People.
Bodies.
Mind.
Dogs. Window.
Play.
Oh
I
boy.
can't tell. Tie.
Rim.
Heights. Hill.
Hill.
Believer. Prozac believer. Man, I want a hamburger.
Alien.
I got it. I know what it is
I don't
now.
know.
I guess again, Nation.
Oh, yeah.
Alien Nation. Good movie.
Spanish still not on the board. Galvin and Gio are both tied with 5, and Michael is your way out front leader. He's got 17.
Whoa.
No thanks to you.
Bride.
Men.
Busters.
What was the middle one?
Idiot.
Story. Yay.
Toy Busters.
Your final score, Spanish not on the board, 0. Galvin and Gio both tied with 6, and Michael is your triumphant champion today. He won with 18.
Oh, man. Well, congratulations to me. And Carmen, will you just pick up line 4 for me? Good morning. Whoa, my God, you were right. It never works out.
It's just-
Just take line something else. Just pick a line. That was awful.
Oh.
Whatever that was. That,
I mean,
my friends,
why would you have a whistle?
that, my friends, is 3 in a row.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's 3 in a row.
Yeah.
I don't know why you-
Galvin won Monday and Tuesday this week, and then Mike won Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Oh, that is correct.
Why didn't anybody say anything?
I just did. I just let everybody
That's
know.
Spanish supposed to say
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, well, he's
Way to
in
go,
jail
Joe.
right now, so.
Yeah.
Idiot.
We can admit Joe
All
screwed
right.
that up, though, right?
Joe screwed what up?
The judging.
I thought he did a fine job.
Yeah.
How many did I
That's
have?
right. 18,
I
Michael.
think you did great.
You had 18.
You did great.
Very convenient.
I am.
You tripled their score.
Yeah,
You shouldn't have a judge that is paid by one person.
Yeah.
I don't pay him at all.
No, that's
He's
true.
just not on my payroll. I don't give him any
Very,
money.
very
Is-
loyal, though.
So
All my workers are loyal.
Yeah.
And as I
have
to
fun
them-
on the cruise, Joe.
I will.
Now walk the dogs.
I will also do that.
Yeah.
I already walked them. They're
Thank
looking,
you.
they're looking healthy. I checked the peppers.
Take
out there.
pictures on your
I said
iPhone.
hello.
Where'd you get that
I
iPhone?
said hello to
Yeah.
Ralphie outside.
I can only trust a man to walk my dogs and throw my trash that has accurate decision making, precise decision making.
That's right. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that vote of confidence.
Never failed me
Mhm.
when it comes to this.
See?
All right.
iPhone.
I'm gonna go
right.
back to a oldie but goodie.
Hmm.
I like a little promises, but at the end, I want you to add something that I've done recently.
Something that you've done?
Yeah.
Promises, 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 promises. He says that he'll do it, but he never really does. Also, he ran to the stop sign for 10 seconds. We're not sure. He said he has a video, but we didn't see it, so we don't know. Promises, 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 promises.
He influences Joe to give him the Sporcle scores.
I meant good things that I've done. Things
You
that I
didn't say
said
good
I was.
things. You just said things that you've done.
That's fine. I'll take it. Well, there you go. A nice round of promises. Every time I put something online, I'm like, I'm going to see this guy on Friday. Everybody writes promises at the bottom. It's ridiculous. All right, Calvin, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, Daddy's got a gun. Congrats, Jamie Lee Curtis. And look at this photograph.
A little Nickelback. Okay, good. Galvin's got your news. We'll do that next. And then a little bit later on in the show, Faizon Love will be here. You could see him at the Improv this weekend. He's one of my favorites, and we haven't seen him in some time. So he'll be in the studio hanging out with us in the 9 o'clock hour. It's the Mike Calta Show. News is next on 102.5 The Bone. .706 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone, 727-579-1025 or 771-1025 are the phone numbers if you want to reach us and blow our ears out and make them bleed all over the headphones.
Lord.
Like that last guy did. Jesus. We're still suffering. I want to remind everybody to go to the website, getmartinin.com. It's getmartinin, MARTIN.com, and sign the petition to get Martine into the Buccaneers Ring of Honor. It is up. It is hot. Go sign it, pass it, share it. I'm looking at all the people on Facebook sharing it. Share it and tell everybody, and let's support our friend Martine Gramatica. GetMartinin.com. Time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news. What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's news is brought to you by Pelt Shoes. They have the Pelts Perks program.
Pelts Perks program. Pelts Perks program.
Officially launched online and at every Pelts location. Pelts Perks program. You can get $1 for every dollar you spend at Pelt Shoes. You get points that you can redeem for cash on your next purchase. Has different stuff going on, like points for your birthday. They have free shipping for online orders. They have double point sales happening, and you can get even more points by going into one of the Pelt shoe stores. Whisper my name, Galvin. You can get $5 off your first purchase, and you'll get 25 points automatically added to your Perks account. So get rewarded today at Pelt Shoes. Some restrictions apply. See store for details. Pelt Shoes. Get them at Pelts.
Pelts Perks program.
Pelts Perks program. Okay. Ooh, I did a little whistle. Declaring that the U.S. leadership, quote, holds the world together, President Joe Biden told Americans on last night that the country must deepen its support of Ukraine and Israel in the middle of two vastly different, unpredictable, and bloody wars.
Did you watch it?
I did not. I saw the highlights. I have some of the highlights as well.
I watched it, and not watching it as a guy who likes or dislikes Biden, just wanting to see him. He was just over there in Israel, and it was all about Putin. It was all about Putin. It was all about Ukraine, and it was all about getting more money to send to Ukraine, which I don't disagree with. It was just basically it was like very little to do with Israel and more to do with Putin and Ukraine. I'm like, why are we talking about Russia and Putin so much?
Biden insisted in a rare Oval Office address that they remain vital for Americans' national security as he prepared to ask Congress for billions of dollars in military assistance to both countries. Here is some of what President Joe Biden had to say. There you go. You can stop it there.
Breathy when he talks.
And now I'm going to get a warm bowl of oatmeal and go to bed.
He didn't. I was waiting for him to be incompetent. He didn't look.
No.
He doesn't have that kind of swag that Reagan or Obama have when he talks. But he didn't look as incompetent as everybody hoped he would.
They pull him together for these press conferences. They get him on, wake him up and everything. But man, he just sounds so feeble. And no matter what he's saying, he just sounds so old and feeble.
What do they do, Carmen? They put a mask on a different person. That's what they do.
Or it's AI generated.
I don't think it was good enough for either one of those.
Yeah.
It was him, and his message is important. I mean, we can't let these bigger countries bully these smaller countries into, just walking in and taking over because they feel like it's their land and this was supposed to be annexed years ago, so we're taking it back now. And the problem is we're killing all these people. I mean, so many of these innocent people who just want to go about their day. I talked about Ukraine, and everybody was like, "Oh, Ukraine's corrupt." Not not the people who work in the mall, not the people who are going to college. There's only people who have nothing to do with nothing, but just want to be citizens that are dying, so these idiots could fight over the land. And in this situation in Israel, the culprit is Hamas. It's not the Palestinian people. It's Hamas who's terrorizing and ruining that whole situation and attacking Israel, because that's all Hamas lives to do is fight and hate Jews. Attacking Israel is never going to end. So unless they walk in and annihilate, there's nothing they could do. This is the cost of war is terrible. There's innocent people dying on both sides, and the people really don't want it.
Do you think at the end of this, it's going to be everybody's good?
No.
It's ended? You know
but
what I mean?
It's never that way. I mean, Vietnam didn't end good. The Civil War didn't end good. You ended with a bunch of dead people, and everybody goes, that was pretty dumb that we did that. You know,
Yeah.
It's war is terrible, but the problem is if you don't stop it, if you don't defend Israel, and if you don't defend Ukraine, and you don't defend Taiwan, and all these countries that are small that have all these big countries deciding, hey, we're going to take that today. If you don't do that, then they're just going to keep growing and growing, and then before you know it, they'll be coming after us. And that's what we have to take into consideration.
I just hate that it's always America's problem to solve everybody else's problem.
But it's not, though. It's selfish for us. We're only over there in Israel to defend ourselves because we're able to defend the Middle East.
But also, it's why isn't America helping? And then when America helps, why is America doing that? You know what I mean? It's always bad. It's always bad from everyone else, and just sending billions of dollars over there and money that's I don't think is going to help. I don't think it's going to get to the proper people. I don't think we're going to help the people that are innocent and need help. I just don't think it's going to go that way.
Yeah, I don't know that I don't know our money is rebuilding houses that have been destroyed. No, but as far as because at the end of the day, it's the same thing with Nike. Nike's job is to sell sneakers. America's job is to protect America. And if America feels like being in Israel and being in Ukraine and being in Taiwan is keeping Japan, Russia, and Hamas at bay, that's what they're going for. What the shocking thing is that this entire thing is being most likely funded by Iran, and he didn't mention Iran one time in the whole thing. Like it's almost like he's afraid to talk about Iran. And these things are they're backwards, Galvin, because we give these people money, that money disappears and goes to Iran. That money that we owed Iran and that agreement we made, they got it, and all of a sudden Hamas a couple of days later has this big attack. So yeah, there's a lot of corruption, there's a lot of problems, but make no mistake, at the end of the day, our interests are for us, and it's not like we're just being the police because we love the world and we want peace everywhere. It's because in the end, we're the ones that are going to be screwed over if we don't start helping these people defend now, and that's the only reason why we're doing it. So I don't know what's going to happen. It seems to me the only way, like it's just like that line from The Untouchables. They kill one of yours, they hurt one of yours, you send two of theirs to the morgue. It's the only way to do it, is to strike back with such great annihilation and force, which is what we did probably the last time in the first Gulf War. Remember when the soldiers were surrendering to the CNN crews? That's what it was. They were like, hey, we didn't expect this. That's the only way to win a war. At the end, though, there's still a bunch of dead people, ours and theirs, and it's completely unnecessary.
Well, and that's the thing, too. We were talking about it yesterday. I think it was off air, though. Can you imagine having to send your child over there? Your child going over there to fight for something that they have nothing to do with or anything. So you want my kid, my 18-year-old or 20-year-old son or daughter, to go over and fight for something that they have nothing to do with and die? Like, I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah, but the thing is that when you know that when you're entering into the military.
Yeah, but if it gets to that point where it's not you entering in the military, they go, hey, you're going.
But I mean, look, that hasn't happened in forever. But if you're
neither has World War III.
Yeah, that's true. If it got to the point where you were entering into the military and you're going over there, you're knowing that you're going in to police the world. You're not just going in there to protect it. You're protecting the United States by policing the world. That's their job.
I'm trying to think, who was the last president that had a peace treaty between Israel and Palestine? I'm trying to, if you can recall, can you remember? It was Trump.
No, but there was something else. The problem is, though, is that Trump was the first one to go. Trump was the first person to start going, so we have these nuclear weapons, why don't we use them? And these guys were like, this guy's crazy.
Oh, he wanted to shoot him in hurricanes.
Yeah, this guy's nuts.
By the way, Biden pointed out that he was, I was told I'm the first sitting president to go to Israel during a war. Oh, great. Good for you.
To go into a war zone during a war. To me, I was like, yeah, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Stay
I
here.
don't understand why
We
you-
all know that you can turn on a satellite and see everything you need to see. We know the technology now.
We all have Zoom.
Yeah, I don't understand why he felt like that was. I guess he had to convince.
I just feel that everything he says now gets lost in the delivery because he's
Yeah.
just so. It's just bizarre to watch.
It's hard to understand. I can't.
It's hard to take him. For me, it's hard to take him serious because it's like
Yeah.
he's just so. I mean, I don't know how this guy can run for another.
And the
term.
people around him aren't doing great either. The
No,
White
I
House
s-
took serious heat on social media Thursday for posting an image of President Biden meeting with U.S. troops in Israel without obscuring their identities. Though the White House account
Idiots.
deleted the photo soon after sharing it on Instagram, X users ripped Biden's team for the dangerous mistake, accusing the administration of, quote, compromising the troops' identities while they were in Israel defending U.S. interest in wake of Hamas terrorist attack
dumb.
on the
That's
U.S.
really bad.
allied country. Yeah.
That's crazy.
How do you go? Oh, we should tweet this out.
Yeah. Hey, can I ask another question? I saw the story where it says that, none of this ever pans out, but this may, that Elon Musk is saying that they're going to charge $1 to use Twitter
Yeah.
or whatever the thing is
For
called.
new users, is that what it is?
new users.
Why? I'm not mad at that. $1?
Oh, I'm done.
How many people are on that thing?
Oh, a couple hundred million.
You're right. So if everybody has charged $1 a year, or $1 a month or whatever
but
it is,
remember when Netflix was $8 and now
Right.
it's $10 and $12
Yeah.
and $30? Like once you start paying, that becomes the standard, and then they slowly raise it.
It's the
Yeah.
same as we're talking about. If you let these people go, Hamas, and do this
Yeah.
stuff, they get bigger and bigger.
you just compare
I
Hamas
did. to Twitter. Yeah,
Twitter?
Yeah, I did. Did you enjoy that? As soon as you have to pay for any of that stuff, I'm out. I know that it's new users right now, but as soon as they say,
Roughly 360 million Twitter.
But if
users.
you charge them, the thing is, you're right. It probably will escalate over
Yeah,
time. My
it's-
thing is you went from 0 to now making $300 million a year in one day.
yeah, it's a good business move.
Right,
Yeah.
but also it doesn't really handicap the people that are on it. It's $1.
eventually we will all be paying for our social media. That is inevitable.
I don't know.
Eventually,
And this is
they
the start of
will
it.
want all of us to
Yeah,
be paid.
Right.
I
mean,
will
some,
not pay.
Some people will choose not to, but
I'll have no choice because
majority-
I'm
yeah.
operating businesses that
100%.
require having social media. So you're right. I'll probably have no choice but to buy it.
they know you have no choice, and then they know a large majority of people are validated and are addicted to social media, and they will absolutely pay whatever it takes.
We'll
I
have a thing at the end of the show, and it'll say you can get us on Instagram at the Mike Calta Show. If you want to tweet Mike at Mr.
Yeah.
Mike Calta, Galvin is PO Box 149.
Rural Road 8.
Please send a self-addressed stamped envelope.
SASD.
Ooh, speaking of, I told you already. Miles Teller sent me back his stuff.
Yeah.
I got to show it to you.
Yeah.
It's pretty badass. Do you? I could live without Instagram. Like I love Instagram and I use it the most now. But like my personal Instagram, I was putting pictures of my kids up there for other people and my friends to see. I could live without that. If they said this is going to cost $10 a month, I'd be like, all right, I don't
What I
need
think is
that.
going to happen is that when they do start charging, you're going to lose access to all your photos unless you pay. That's what's going to happen.
I don't just store photos on
Yeah, but
Instagram,
still.
so I don't care.
So if you lost all your photos on Instagram tomorrow, you'd be like, yeah, no big deal.
Yeah, but you know what? You pay $10 one month, you suck them all down off the internet, and then you say, all right,
Yeah.
I cancel it. So, look, I understand that these people are operating a business and they're going to have to turn a profit in the beginning. When people were making $1 billion just off of the .coms,
Yeah.
they had a good idea, and then all of a sudden they realized, well, what do we do now? And they have to turn it into like Mark Zuckerberg was like, I don't know how to make money off of this. They
Yeah.
had it going for a while.
You're going to be paying for your social media, and
Yep.
you'll be paying in tiers for your internet service provider as well.
That's going to be the
Yeah,
thing.
that's
Because
crazy.
we are dependent on internet.
yeah, not only will Facebook charge you a fee, but if you want to access Facebook, Verizon or AT&T or whatever service provider, they're going to charge you a fee too. Like you
Yeah.
can pay $10 a month and have these websites, or you can pay $50 a month and have all these websites.
The good thing, Gio, is somebody in Eastern Europe will figure out a way for all of us to steal it.
Now
so
we're
don't worry
talking.
about it.
That's where it's
Yeah.
at.
I hope so.
All right.
You were talking about Zuckerberg. Did you see him with the glasses, the
No.
Meta glasses, with
No.
his daughter braiding her hair? He was braiding his daughter's hair, and the glasses were telling
Showing
him
him how to do
how
it?
and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it
That-
says
That's
they-
pretty cool.
They say that you can put them on, look at the car, and it'll tell you how to change the oil.
yeah.
Like, that's pretty cool. Last night, when my mom passed away, I have her laptop, and I was trying to get in the laptop to see if there's anything I need before I wipe it out, and I couldn't remember the password. And then I tried to reset it, and that wasn't working. And I thought, if there were the glasses I put on and it told me follow these steps to do it, like, just even if it's some other nerd somewhere that's looking at my thing.
Yeah, because I just saw a thing the other day where a guy showed you how to get your Wi-Fi password. If you forgot it, you can go on your computer and there's a certain thing, you go here and then it pulls it up and it has it on there.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh, that's great.
interesting. Which isn't good because then if other people know how to do it,
You
they
have
can get your
absolutely
Wi-Fi.
no security.
Yeah.
No security.
If there's a YouTube video of it, then
Yeah.
it's probably pretty easy.
I Googled, can I change the password? It's the password to get into the computer.
Yeah.
It's not a really high security one. Can I change that? And it said, yeah, you just restart it, hold Command R down, and pull up the terminal. And I'm like, so anybody can sit in anybody's computer and just do this.
Yeah.
That's basically it. So why bother having a password?
Because
I know, because most idiots can't do
Right,
it. So
right.
Yeah.
me being one of those idiots, I still couldn't fix it.
your Tampa Bay Lightning won last night. Nikita Kucherov scored twice for the Tampa Bay Lightning, who ended a 3-game skid with a 4-3 win over the Vancouver Canucks at Amalie Arena on Thursday. The Lightning stay at home to take on the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's happening Saturday at 7 p.m. You can hear it right here on 102.5 The Bone.
That was a
Good.
good game. They were trailing for most of the game. And then
And they had the 3 games on the road that they lost all
Yeah,
3 of those
yeah.
games. I'm like, what is going on? What is happening?
Kucherov looked so pissed last night. Even when he scored, he was like no emotion.
I like a mad
Yeah,
hockey player.
yeah, yeah.
I like that. Resting hockey face.
Even like the commentators even made like mention of like, well, Kucherov looks excited to score.
I will be out at Amalie Arena almost all day Saturday. I'm going to be out there in the morning for the Bolt Run that is happening early in the morning, and then I'll be back out there that night to see the Maple Leafs.
Good, yeah. I'm out of town this weekend. I would be going to that game as well. I'm always missing the weekend games.
Yeah.
So weekday
Yeah.
games are, but yeah, that's happening Saturday night, and of course, you can listen to it here on the station.
On TV, it was like packed. I'm like, look at this. The thing last night was packed.
Yeah.
Thursday night packed. I'm like, this is why the Rays are not going to be successful because Thursday night there's no problem getting the Lightning game.
Yeah.
United Airlines is changing its boarding process. So people with window seats board first, then it's middle seats, then it's aisle seats last. Makes sense, right?
No, say it again.
So people with window seats
Board first.
You go in, you sit at the window. Then the people with the middle seats go in, they sit in the middle. Then aisle seats. It's actually how they used to do it before switching front to back boarding in 2017.
Okay.
So that's the way they used to do it.
Well, they go back to front.
This says front to back,
Yeah.
but I have
It's
seen
back,
back
to front. The only front they do is
They do
first
the
class.
first class, and then
Yeah.
No,
First, doesn't first class go
no.
first?
Yeah,
I
but-
what airline? It must be different. Yeah, because when I flew United, they do first is people who need assistance, old people and people with babies. Then it's military, active military, and some other people. Then it is first. They do their mileage club or whatever, and then first class. First class used to be first. Now you're like fifth. Then you get on, and then they start from the back so that they don't have all that buildup in the front. But that was how it was on my flight. I would imagine people were trying different things. Yeah, but they also sometimes, like when I went to Japan, you entered in the middle of the plane. You enter the middle of the plane because there's so many seats up front that they are diverting you. Which way you going? This way you go that way. You go that way, so that it keeps the traffic moving.
If it eliminates me sitting in the seat with the empty seat next to me, going, please don't have somebody come here. Please don't have somebody come here. Where they show up at the last second. You're like, I thought I had the whole row to myself.
the guy that there's been a bunch of different ones, but whenever people are walking by and he pats the seat for them to sit down next to him, like he's excited for them to come, and they just keep walking past. Unless it's assigned seats, whatever. I saw a video the other day of a guy who got so mad because which you're not supposed to do, I guess, but depending on how long before the flight is about to land, the guy went into the bathroom, stayed in the bathroom until the flight landed, and then got out. So he was at the front of the line. And the guy's like, he stayed in the bathroom the whole time. I was like, who cares? Relax.
One time we were going to Vegas. I think it was Vegas. Or maybe it was New Orleans. I don't know, whatever. But we were on a flight, and in front of us was George Steinbrenner's security guy forgot his name. It was his main. I didn't know him at the time. He was wearing Yankee polo. It was him and his wife and his kid, and then there was another little kid, and the kid sat in the middle seat between me and Bubba, and that was like 400-pound Bubba. And the kid was quiet and little. Like, it was great for us because he was so tiny, and we were in the middle in the row. And I remember we took off, and the father yells from the front seat. He goes, "Hey, you all right back there?" And the kid's like, he goes, "Is you all right back there?" I go, "All right, this kid's safer than the black box. If we crash, this kid's going to bounce around between the two of us. He'll be just fine." The kid was, I would have been petrified if I was a little kid sitting between two monsters. No, I mean, but he was fine. The kid just chilled out the whole time. Sometimes when I go on flights and there's a little kid next to me, I'll wake up and the kid will be sleeping on me. Like leaning on me and drooling on my arm. And as a father, you don't care about that stuff. But I don't mean my kid. I mean like a stranger kid. And then one time, though, I was on a flight and I was asleep and I woke up and there was a girl next to me. She had to be like maybe 12 and she was crying. And I woke up and I kind of like had to rub my eyes and be like, what's going on? I look at her and I go, what's wrong? Are you okay? And she looked at me and she goes, "You're crushing me."
Oh no!
Wow.
I must have fell over while I was doing. I go, I looked at her. I go, "Shut up." No, I felt terrible.
Please,
You were saying about Steinbrenner's security. Did you see Taylor Swift's security guard?
No.
Her security, I think it was her head of security, is Israeli. He was in like a special.
You don't want to touch those guys.
Well, he's going back. He's leaving her
to
tour
go
and he's
fight?
going back to fight. But they showed video of him walking out in front of her and, securing the area and stuff. You should see this guy scanning and doing all this. So you're like, oh, this guy's ready to go, man.
You don't know who's going to come running.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And those people are like, we've done this 20 times. Nothing's going to happen. Those are the ones that something gets through.
It's so, because a lot of times when she walks out of the paparazzi, it's just total strobe light flashing going off.
Yeah.
And
That's
this
got to
was-
be crazy.
This was at her concert. Like, she was going up the ramp to go on the stage.
Oh,
So
yeah.
who knows what's going to happen, I mean, fans are fans, but they're also cuckoo crazy and
Yeah.
want to just touch Taylor, so who knows what's going to
I
happen.
want to touch Taylor.
A youth football league in Tennessee had the rest of their season canceled after there was a fight at the game last Saturday. So there was like a kind of a fight in a dog pile. All the kids jumped on and stuff. And then a father of one of the kids walked out onto the field with a gun.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, here is a 911 call along with Coach Ellen Jones and a parent talking about the fight and the situation with the gun. Take a listen.
Jesus Christ, Carmen.
Come on.
Well, at least she had some music to go while we were waiting. Do 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 do.
Their own hold music.
I got to tell you, bringing a gun to the fight with kids are fighting in football, whatever, is crazy. Even yelling, like I remember whenever we were playing soccer, and you would hear some other kid's dad like yelling at one of the refs or doing something. It's
Yeah.
just embarrassing. You're just like, ugh, what are you doing? Ugh.
I've never been that guy. I don't yell at the coach. I don't talk to the other parents. I don't do anything. The only time I ever said anything was when Joey knocked out of some kid in hockey and some guy in the stands called him an asshole. He got up and he's standing. He goes, "Asshole." And I turned and I sat down and I go, they're 12. And he goes, "I don't care." And I go, "It's hockey." I go, "Stop being." And then he was like, "All right." I go, "Say it again. I'm going to break your neck."
Yeah.
And that was it. And then the guy told me, the guy goes, I go, "That's my son. Say it again, and I'm going to break your neck." And everything got quiet for a second. And the guy goes, "That's pretty bold to say in a right to carry state." And I go, "I will break your neck." And I go, "If you think you're going to scare me with gun talk," but that's the only time I've ever opened my mouth to another. I've sat next to people who yelled at my son before, like, "How could you do that?" And I just sit there quiet. I'm not playing. And I all I do is clap, and I clap for both sides. You can't be a parent that's too involved in the game. I will tell you, when I was a kid, my dad really wasn't around when I was a kid, whether he was not in my life or working or whatever he was doing. He wasn't around for a lot of Little League games. And there were aggressive fathers who were yelling at me. I'm 10 years old, 11 years old, 12 years old, and fathers yelling and threatening you. And that's the only time I was like, I wish my dad was here to beat this guy up, you know? And when my brother was, who was 3 years younger than me, was going to games, sometimes I was that guy, and still parents would want to fight me. Like, I'm 15 now, and, and these parents are like, they take this stuff way too seriously.
I got a yellow card because we were fighting, we were playing soccer, and, it was getting a little chippy and stuff, and I went up and missed a header, and the other team's parents laughed. They were like, oh, you weren't even close to that. So then, not like 2 minutes later, I scored a goal and just ran down the sideline, flipping it off. And I got a yellow card. I was like,
yeah, that's what you do, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes in my daughter's soccer tournaments, even the one that was a couple weeks ago, some of the parents are just insane. Like, they're
it's crazy.
There's one woman. Yeah, there's one woman who was sitting next to me. She's like, "Oh, these girls are playing really dirty." I go, "Yeah, that's my daughter right there." Like, she thought I would. The woman was talking to me, thinking that I was with her team because she just didn't know. And I'm like, no. For one, she's not. I go, I've got it in video. They just knocked her down twice. And you know what she did? She got back up and kept going. Like, that's soccer. I'm like, the refs aren't throwing yellow cards. Let them play the game.
What was the thing? My wife never says a word, but we went to go when Joey was playing indoor hockey one time, and it was like they kept calling penalties so the other team would have another chance to score. It was ridiculous. But my wife said something. Oh, she was so mad. She stood up and she was like, "Oh, I got to think of She used these words that she never said before in her life. She was like, wrong. Just plain wrong, but she didn't say that though. What and I just started laughing. Like she stood up and she's like erroneous, and I just started laughing. I couldn't hold it, and she was like, "That was wrong." I go, "I know," but
like, I'm not mad. Just don't pretend that both teams are not doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, just because your kids.
Yeah.
Hang on, I got to find out what it was. It was going to bug the hell out of me.
Hello?
Hey, you're on the air. What was it you said when Joey was playing indoor hockey and the ref was really bad, and you stood up and you said you were like, "Wrong, just wrong."
Oh, I said poor.
Poor.
Poorly done.
All right.
Great.
Excellent job. Thank you. Love you. Bye. Yeah. Poorly done.
By the way, what are you indoor hockey? What are you talking about?
It was indoor hockey. It was a roller, like with a ball and
Oh,
foot hockey.
okay.
Yeah.
Not ice hockey?
No, his school had a team, and they played, and then they traveled to other schools, and they played this school, and the Lightning were there. The Lightning, I think, provided the refs and all that, and they played over there, and these kids won, but then they called a penalty, and the other gave the team the other chance to score, and they didn't. And then they called another penalty. Like, there's no penalty. They're like, just keep doing it so this team can keep getting another chance. Then finally they got it in, and that team won. You're like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
It was poorly done.
I have to find out. Chris Labrillo was a kid that was in my class, and he played hockey when nobody played hockey.
Right.
I didn't know.
We had one of those kids too. Yeah.
Like, I didn't know hockey at all, whatever. But then we did in gym, played floor hockey one time, and he was 12 years old and had the thighs of like Earl Campbell. It was ridiculous how big his legs were, and we were playing indoor hockey, and all of us are like hitting at it, and we have no idea, and he is just drilling, like just doing slap shots and stuff, and he goes, "Watch Mr. Olson," and he was standing, our coach was standing next to the brick wall, whatever, and he drilled it and nailed him right in the thigh, and he got so mad, and I was like, "Did you mean to hit him?" Like, he had pinpoint accuracy.
I used to tell Joey, because Joey was never a pinpoint accuracy kid, but he was just so big. And I'd go, this is floor hockey. You can't be knocking little kids. Like, the kids would fall over the walls.
Right.
This is awful. But it was fun to watch, man. I liked it. It's fast.
I know that you are not a fan of Halloween. Are adults losing interest in Halloween?
I've lost all interest.
New poll says that 63% of American adults say they are not dressing up this year. And 88% of those 65 and older say they're totally not into it.
Yeah, go ahead, Carmen. I think the thing is, like, Carmen dresses up and she looks good. She goes to the Todd and gets outfits. But if you don't really have a thing to do or to go to, then you're not going to go trick or treating.
And older people aren't going out to the bars and doing that stuff.
No.
If you're going out to the bars, you're dressing up.
Yeah.
The majority of you are dressing up. Otherwise, you're the odd man out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, like it's not as out there or odd or weird. You're like, yeah, look at me, I'm dressed up. It's crazy. They're like, yeah, but there's two furries over there making out. yeah.
Yeah.
Gio, are you going to Royal Rumble?
Yes.
I'm kind of thinking I want to go now.
Is
Yeah.
that the one that's going to be at
Tropicana Field.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
tickets went on, I guess they crashed the site yesterday when tickets went on sale.
Oh,
I'm thinking maybe I do. I haven't been to a wrestling thing in so long. Maybe we go to Royal Rumble.
It does look pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't even know who wrestles anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the big matches are, but it's cool to watch.
Royal Rumble, there's always some surprises.
Right.
I
And then
think-
they have the big battle royal.
Yeah, yeah.
I heard Rooski Rubles is going to do a run-in. So we'll
Possibly.
see.
It's very possible.
Royal Rumble, Rooski Rubles.
Whenever they do the Royal Rumble, the what do they call it? The lumberjack match. What is
Yeah.
that thing called? The
Cage match.
No, everybody gets battle royal. God, I just said it. Whenever they do that, they they bring in guys. You're like, oh my god, I can't
Yeah.
believe this guy.
Right.
So that is the fun part. So maybe we do that.
I mean, they'll probably bring in Titus.
Oh,
He's the,
of course they will.
the king of Tampa Bay.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
But yeah, it looks like I was looking online for tickets, and it looks like the ring is going to be like right at home plate, basically.
Yeah.
And then they kind of have it,
Just build up.
built up from there. Yeah.
That's interesting. I remember I had gotten a tip that the WWE was doing WrestleMania there, and Rock Riley had his show on Bay News 9, and I was on, and I said, I know for a fact that the WWE was here yesterday at Tropicana Field, and that WrestleMania will be at Tropicana Field in Tampa next year. This is 20 years ago. And my guy at WWE called me, and he was like, yeah, it's not happening. And I go, but you guys are there. He goes, yeah, we looked at it and realized there's no way this is going to work out for us. And I went, oh, my bad.
Once I could no longer use my son as the excuse for me like following wrestling and being involved in wrestling, I backed off a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know any of the wrestlers anymore.
I watch
don't know the
AEW now
storyline.
when I do watch
I haven't
it.
even really watched that, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. So I don't know. I think it would be fun to go to a live thing, especially
Yeah.
if we go and we drink a little.
I'm in.
All right, let's
go.
look at that.
Promises, 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 promises.
I do a lot more than I usually do.
The Astros beat the Rangers to tie the American League Championship Series at 2 games apiece, and the Diamondbacks are just 1 game down in the NLCS after beating the Phillies. By the way, we talked about the Las Vegas Aces winning the other day.
Ace up.
Did you see who also won?
No.
Tom Brady. Did you know
his
Tom Brady?
team?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's-
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a part owner there, so he got another ring.
I heard that he was there. He's a minority owner, and
Yeah.
he was at one of the games.
That's another ring for him.
Yeah.
That guy's got so many rings.
Champion.
Too many rings. That's too many rings. Speaking of Tom Brady, of course, he was in the NFL. Well, the NFL is now considering letting active players participate in the Olympic flag football. So if they're going to be doing flag football, they're going to let active players, so the guys that are out there playing right now, go out there and play for the Olympic team.
I mean, it's only the fast guys. It's the guys that you'll see. You know what I mean?
Not quarterbacks, though. You could,
No, but I'm telling you right now, there's guys like Randy Moss who I think would still be great at that.
yeah. I don't know. Against world athletes in their prime, it's
You telling me you got a guy from Spain who's going to be able to block Randy Moss on a 7-foot high pass?
yeah. But Brandy Moss is like 40 something now, and you're gonna
think
have
he's
guys
still-
that are like 20.
Yeah, but I think experience
Yeah,
makes
probably.
a difference. I think it all depends. If you have somebody who's in their prime and
Right.
playing football, but a lot of those guys don't play American football.
Like when you
so they
age,
don't
you
know.
kind of lose the speed and agility type stuff.
Yeah, but they also don't know the certain little moves that they do and
Yeah.
stuff where Randy Moss is going to be doing stuff that they're like, what happened there? How
You-
did he do that?
You think Tom Brady doesn't want to win an Olympic gold
Oh,
medal
man.
and add that to his collection?
Yeah, and that's what we talked about, especially the quarterbacks where they're not getting hit. It's flag football. So you have guys like Tom Brady or Dan Marino who has a super fast release.
You
or-
can still throw.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
really have to move that much.
It'll be interesting to see.
Oh, I didn't see this. Is this breaking news or did that come out? Because I didn't see that at all.
Oh, I didn't see that.
According
either.
to Fox 13, Lou Piniella has been named to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Good for
Nice.
him. I love Sweet Lou. Hey, Joe,
Yes, Michael.
my neighbor just texted me. There is a, I don't know if it's still there. I can't see it, but there is a police car out front with its lights on.
You want me to
You
go
wanna
look?
Take a look.
Yeah, I'll go look.
Go ahead.
Investigate.
Oh,
Give us the fulls.
This is what happened to Medicine Man. They were at his house.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh.
You think they're coming to take my stuff?
Yeah, they're Joe walks out there and they go, just the guy we were looking for.
Yeah, he's like, cancel that. He came out to us. Yeah.
You left something in the Uber.
What if they're dropping Spanish off?
Oh.
Oh yeah, bringing him back.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
interesting.
What do you make me think of? We were talking about the Olympic flag football. Him
Randy
getting
Moss,
another ring.
Dan
Randy
Marino.
Moss. Yeah, I don't know. There was something with that.
Oh, your favorite NBA team.
I know what it
WNBA.
was. No, Herbert, the quarterback for the
Yeah.
Chargers.
Yeah, Justin Herbert.
Yeah, do you see who he's dating?
No.
No.
He's dating a sportscaster, so he's like 26.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Len
he's-
Berman?
He's dating a hot, like 32 or 34-year-old blonde
He
sportscaster
should, yeah.
that I guess they've been dating for a while, but people are freaking out. I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, she's
Well.
a little bit older than him, but
He's not dating
Good
Taylor
for him.
Swift.
no, not dating.
And that's
Taylor
why.
Swift.
And that's why nobody watches.
I'm not impressed.
Yeah. Martin Scorsese has directed 27 films. His latest, Killers of the Flower Moon,
6
is
of them good.
in theaters today. So, Hollywood Reporter decided to put together a list of the top 10 Martin Scorsese films.
Okay. I know it's gonna. Goodfellas should be number 1. If it's not, this list is poorly done.
I heard that new movie's 4 hours long.
Oof.
It's literally
the commercial's 4 hours.
Yeah.
3 hours and 45 minutes.
So, the top 10 Martin Scorsese movies, Mike Calta says number 1 should be Goodfellas.
Number
agree.
1 is Goodfellas, and number 2 is Wolf of Wall Street.
Well, do you want me to tell you?
I'm just giving you my opinion, but start at the top. At the
Number 1 is Goodfellas.
okay, then I admire this list.
You're in for this list.
Mean Streets.
You picked Wolf of Wall Street to be number 2.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Okay.
According to
All
them.
right.
Joe, just joining us. Would you like to report on the cop car?
Yes, I went out there. I did not see any cop cars. I fired my weapon into the air. No one showed up.
Okay. Good. Thank you, Joe.
Joe, we are doing this is according to Hollywood Reporter. Since the new Scorsese movie comes out today, we have the top 10 Martin Scorsese films. Number 1 is Goodfellas. Mike also guessed Wolf of Wall Street. That comes in at number 4.
Raging Bull.
Raging Bull. Where do you think that's ranking?
That is number 3.
That is number 3.
Number 2 is Casino.
No.
Good.
Number 5 is Casino.
Number 2 is Mean Streets.
No.
No, Once Upon a Time in New York.
Mean Streets did not make the top
That's
10.
fine, I don't need
Gangs of New York.
Gangs of New
I
York
forgot. I love that movie.
did not make the top 10.
What?
Oh,
All right, I gotta know.
I'm out.
Where's Casino?
Billy the Butcher?
Casino's number 5.
Okay. I'm thinking more Scorsese movies. I'm only thinking of Robert De Niro, so I gotta open my mind.
The
here.
Departed?
Oh, The Departed.
The Departed, number 2.
So can I just say something? When I saw Departed, I was like, too much. There was so much going on, and
Yeah.
there was so much. But then I watched it
More
7
you
more
watch
times.
it sinks in.
Sinks in.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. It
Yeah.
really. I mean, it's very far fetched, but it's a great movie.
The ending's fantastic. I don't want to give it away if you've never seen it, but
The whole Alec Baldwin's unnecessary in that movie of him just cursing out the other guy and all the
Yeah.
time. It's just really weird.
I like Martin Sheen. Martin Sheen does a good job.
Martin Sheen's great. DiCaprio's great. That girl is so great.
Matt Damon talked about Jack Nicholson in that movie and how the scenes were written and what he adds to it. He goes, it really was like a masterclass in acting and what you can do. He goes, because the scene was written, they shoot the lady, and then he says whatever, this, that. But he kept adding more and more stuff and made that whole scene. And it's like, oh, man, that's great.
He's the best.
Yeah.
Okay, so Scorsese movies.
So you got the top 3. You got Goodfellas, The Departed, Raging Bull. Number 4 is Wolf of Wall Street. Number 5 is Casino.
did we say Taxi Driver?
Taxi Driver comes in at number 6.
Okay, all right. So they all pretty much De Niro movies.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or Leo.
Yeah.
well, you have a tie for number 9.
Man, Gangs of New York should be in there. That's
It really should. It
sure.
really should.
That's a
What is number
phenomenal
9?
movie.
Number 9 is a tie. After Hours and De Niro, King of Comedy.
Okay, King of Comedy. If you've not seen that movie in a long time, that's a funny movie.
Yeah.
That's a good the way he kidnaps Jerry Lewis.
Yeah.
That's a good movie. Okay, and then what was the other one? After Hours.
After
That was,
Hours, yeah.
That was who was that?
I don't even know.
Keaton?
That,
Night Shift.
1985. After Hours, let's see who's in that.
I watch Wolf of Wall Street at least once a week.
It's so good.
For at least
Me too.
At least a half hour.
So
that is Joe's doppelganger, Griffin Dunn,
Oh.
Rosanna Arquette, Terry Garr, Catherine O'Hara. I don't know.
I don't remember it.
Yeah.
All right, what else?
And then
I'm forgetting with these movies.
you are missing one that
A big one, obviously.
come out wherever
Oh,
you
Cape
are.
Fear.
Cape Fear. Yeah, Cape Fear comes in at number 8. Number 7 is Age of Innocence.
Cape Fear, may be Robert De Niro's best acting he's ever done.
He's great.
Because every other role is exactly the same.
Yeah.
Old Italian guy. But in Cape Fear, he's Southern psychopath, and he is fantastic.
Dude, him with, what is her name? Not the young girl, but the girl that he dates, whatever. What is her name? She's got kind of a weird look to her.
Yeah, that's the girl that Scorsese used to date. The one with the big eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Did he hurt you like this?"
Yeah.
And then, oh, good
And he
Lord.
bites her,
Yeah.
and then when he's burning his hand, and the hand is burning, he doesn't even flinch. Oh,
Yeah.
he's a psychopath.
And just doing pull-ups in the in prison.
Dude, that movie, if you've not seen Cape Fear, it's a remake of an old black and white movie, and it's about a lawyer who puts a guy away, and he gets out of jail, and he feels like he didn't do a good job, so he comes after the lawyer, and he terrorizes his family, and the family leaves, and he follows them. He didn't follow him. He actually hooked himself to the axle and
Yeah.
held on the whole way. But it is such a intense movie. Nick Nolte's in it, and he's great. Joe Don Baker's in it, and he's great. I mean, that's a good cast.
Ileana Douglas.
Ileana Douglas, yeah.
And wasn't Robert Mitchum in both?
Yes, I think a lot of people had cameos in the second one.
Yeah, because the original he was
Yeah.
in, and then he was in that
Mitchum
one,
was
too.
a crazy guy, and it was Max Cady in the first one.
Yeah, yeah. When it starts and he's laughing in the movie
Oh,
theater
that's the
and
best.
smoking the cigar, you're like, oh boy, this isn't good. Nick Nolte, great by the way too, so good. And then the last one, they actually put the new movie Killers of the Flower Moon
Really?
in at number 10.
That good, huh?
Yeah, number 10.
Beats Gangs of New York.
Right.
Now, look, Gangs of New York is a long ass movie, but it is a great movie. And when you realize how historically accurate that movie is, and how the New York was formed, and the different groups that lived here, and the gangs that fought and taken on the police and the fire department, dude, it's a great movie. And I'd say one of the best performances of our time from Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh yeah.
He as Bill the. I mean, he just created a legend. He
Oh,
created
yeah.
a legend after a guy who by most accounts was real, but you have no idea what he was really like. And this guy just created a whole persona for this guy. The only thing that ruins that movie for me is Cameron Diaz. And although she does an okay job, I feel like a less pretty woman would have done a good job.
A great movie that they left out is The Color of Money,
Oh,
the sequel to The Hustler.
Color of Money is
Yeah,
good.
it was Paul
Yeah.
Newman and Tom Cruise. That's so good. I really like that movie a lot.
I forget what movie Scorsese has if they don't involve De Niro.
Yeah, I pulled up a list of his movies, so they got most of the good ones in there for sure. But like we said, Gangs of New York should have been in there. I think Color of Money could be in there as well. But there you go. So, anybody gonna go to see the new movie in the theater or wait until it comes out?
You know what though? I mean, let's be honest. If I'm looking at a 3-hour movie,
Oh.
it's going to be kind of hard for me to stay in there. So
It's
I
like
might
over
wait.
3 hours.
How many sleeps you gonna get in there?
Exactly. I might have to wait on that one.
If
Yep,
you missed an hour of the new Mission Impossible, you'll miss 2 hours of this one.
pretty sure.
Killers of the Flower Moon, 3 hours and 26
Oh,
minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Commitment.
Wow.
No way.
Plus 30
Yeah.
minutes of previews.
Do they have an intermission?
No.
Like get up and stretch your legs, go out and go. Yeah, that's too much. J.K. Rowling said that she would, happily serve time in prison over her anti-trans views. The Harry Potter author tweeted a photo that read, "Repeat after us. Trans women are women." She put the caption, "No." In response, one of her followers encouraged people to vote for the Labor Party following reports they want to make gender identity attacks a criminal offense punishable by up to 2 years behind bars. She said, "I will happily do 2 years in the alternative is if the alternative is compelled speech and forced denial of the reality and importance of sex."
All right. Trans women are not women, but if they want to be women and they want to be referred to it, I'm fine with that. And we have the right to have free will and free speech. You should not be forced to do something you don't believe in.
Then you agree with J.K. Rowling because she said trans women are women. No.
Right. They're not. They're men who choose to live as women, and I will treat them
Jail.
with respect. Well,
2 years.
I'll treat them
Jail.
with respect, and I will refer to them as women if they want. But because I have that opinion, and you may like it or not like it, doesn't make me a criminal. It makes me actually very logical, and I should be able to have free will and say what I want to say.
Racist.
While I'm on J.K. Rowling's
All
side.
right.
Never even read Harry Potter, and I'm on her side.
It's funny because you see people they keep misgendering me and blah blah blah, and I go by ZZ, and you go, come on.
I'm confused. I'm
Come
confused
on.
by it all.
Well, I saw a thing the other day where they said it depends on whether their hair's purple or blue, what the different thing is, and you expect people to know that?
Yeah.
You know, this
It's interesting.
one I don't even know what it was. I'm not even going to say whether it was a man or a woman. I don't know. But they were mad because the boss kept on saying, girls, if you want to do whatever. He kept on saying girls. I told him no. I don't know. I don't know. You got blue hair. I'm supposed to call you what? What does blue hair mean? The problem with Jon Stewart, anybody watch that show on Apple TV?
No.
No? Yeah, well, the problem is solved. He's not going to be back. It will not be returning for a third season. That is where Jon Stewart just goes and tries to get gotcha stuff on people, you know. And
I think I saw like a reel or a clip of that. And he was yelling at some guy.
Yeah. All right, Jon Stewart. So you're not a comedian anymore. You're just a guy who goes against people and I hate guns. John Bon Jovi will be honored as Music Care's Person of the Year ahead of the 2024 Grammy Awards. Music Cares announced on Thursday that artists will pay tribute to Bon Jovi frontman with live performances at the Los Angeles Convention Center on February 2nd, 2024. The event takes place 2 days before the Grammys air live from the Crypto.com arena, and performers will be announced at a later date.
Is this what for like his humanitarian work?
I believe so. I think it's with that, and I think Paul McCartney was the actual one who
Saw
announced
that.
it. You know, sent a video message and stuff.
John Bon Jovi and his wife have owned the JBJ Soul Kitchen in Jersey, Philly area, and where they have a restaurant that does not charge you for food. You can go in there and eat a meal and pay what you have. So if you're homeless and you don't have any means to pay, but you're hungry, you can go get a meal.
Yeah, or
And-
if you find a nickel on the street, you can pay a nickel for a meal.
And he has been operating that for some years now and is very active and is there a lot of times. Is
Washing
in the
dishes
kitchen.
and doing stuff, yeah.
His family's very active in it, so I believe he deserves that kind of commendation. Good for him.
Remember when he was being spotted in Newport Richie like all the time?
Yeah, I don't know what. I guess he's got an uncle or somebody who lives here.
Something, yeah.
I love that guy.
I heard one of the performers will be Jamie Lee Curtis, and you won't be able to tell whether it's John Bon Jovi.
That was-
Activia.
I saw one the other day, a picture of B. Arthur, and it said Bon Jovi looks great.
I love those memes. Like, I'm going to tell my kids this is, you know.
I don't know why he went so white so early. He didn't have to. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he's a guy who's been dyeing his hair his whole life. He could have like gradually grayed it out and still looked pretty good. I mean, I
Because
don't
they
think it
even
was
have
bad.
that the whatever just for men or whatever where it washes out some of the gray. It leaves like some of the gray in there, so you don't look like look at this guy with raven hair.
crazy.
At 65 years old.
Jay Leno.
Yeah, you got a little bit of in there. Jay Leno.
The
Yeah,
one,
all
the one-
white.
White hair.
Oh, all white. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the guys that just have the pitch black hair,
Oh, yeah,
and they're
yeah.
like 75 years old, and you're like, really?
Yeah.
Are you sure that's what you're going for? I don't know. What you made me think of something with Bon Jovi. Oh, you were saying about the I'm going to tell my kids this was
Yeah.
this. I put out one the other day that I saw that was great. It was Hervé Villachez and Emmanuel Lewis, and it said, I'm going to tell my kids this was Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather.
That's great. I love those.
That was funny. Finally, in news, someone had thousands of people rank the top unexpected moments of delight that can happen on any given day. Something that you never saw coming, but puts you in a good mood. Okay, so something that happens and you're like, oh, that was good. That was nice.
I like
that.
some unexpected money. You talking about something like that?
Number one, finding money in a pocket. You go and put on a jacket you haven't worn or pants or something, and you're like, $100. All right. That's a little extra. Oh, find food.
All right.
Carmen, do not
What is
eat
that?
food that you find. I don't know how many
Twix
times.
over here on the
Like
floor.
couch
I have to tell
pizza.
you. Oh, look at this muffin under my car.
All right.
Ooh, I found a French fry under the seats. All right.
I told you before when my son was like, I don't know, he was like 8 years old or something, maybe younger. We were driving and there was the toll and we stopped and somebody left a box of chicken nuggets there and it was like open and it had nuggets in there. And he goes, "Can you grab those for me?" And I go, "You are not eating toll booth."
Why do kids not know that on their own?
But he also,
I know.
He goes, "Why?" And I go, "Who knows what they did?" He goes, "Really? Someone's poisoning chicken nuggets and leaving them on a toll
What if
booth?"
they just put them around there in their mouth for a little while?
Yeah.
Chicken nuggets. That's
Listen.
even gross. I'd rather have poison.
He's going to continue to deny it, but I saw Mo take chicken wings out of the trash can at the radio
Come
station.
on, that can't be real.
Yes, they'd
Well,
just been tossed.
But that is not the first time we've heard him taking stuff out of the trash, right?
Like if he just took the styrofoam container and put it in the trash, he
Yes,
was like, I'll grab those.
The styrofoam container was on the top of the trash because the wings had just been tossed.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not
And
contaminated.
Mo pulled them out and
Still gross.
had them. Yes, he'll
You
deny
still
it.
broke the barrier.
When I was there, I saw it. Facts.
So some of the different ones they have for stuff that's little unexpected moments of delight. Getting a surprise refund. If something happens, you get a little refund. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, I like that. A random compliment from a stranger.
Oh.
Always nice.
Now,
right?
Carmen.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're like, I saw a guy. I don't know if I want to say his name. Got a very
Just give him
well, he's just got a very specific name, so people know who it is, especially if I say his last name.
just give us part of it. the
Okay,
name.
Lauren Roach. I was at a Lessie Bakery one time, and there was this beautiful woman there, and Lauren was there, and he looked at her and he said, "I just want to tell you, you're beautiful." Like it was a very nice compliment. He wasn't like, "Hey, let me get your number." It wasn't skeevy. He wasn't like getting close to her. He was like, he just wanted to turn and tell her, "You look really beautiful today." And she was like, "Oh my God, thank you," whatever. And it was the most clean compliment I've ever seen. I've seen plenty of guys be like, "I really like your hair. That dress really grabs your hips." It wasn't that. He just looked at her and he was like, I just gotta tell you, you look really beautiful. And it probably made her day. And then I looked at him and I go, "What about me? Nothing?" And he was like, "No, nothing for you." No, all right. No, but seriously, I but now, Carmen, I would even be, I would have to think about that before I said that to her. Look what Amanda Pappas flipped out when we said she was hot.
It's so funny because I will see a woman, and Carmen, you can attest to this, like a woman that's well put together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like put effort into it. You want to compliment them on the effort of looking great and doing that. But there's no right. You can't go, "I'm married and I'm not hitting on
That's
you."
so
You know what I
funny.
mean?
It's like that's
Yeah.
the first thing I want to be like. I'm old and I'm married and
Yeah.
I'm not, but I just want to tell you look great.
Right.
You know?
Like, if you're at Publix and you're like, "Excuse me, ma'am, I just want to say you have a phenomenal ass."
No, that's not good.
No,
That's not good.
No.
Oh,
Nice
sorry.
pooper, I think is what you said.
Nice pooper.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What about you have a pretty mouth? Is that
No.
good?
Yeah.
I know.
I don't
And then I
think-
stick my thumb in it,
Oh.
Yeah, that's hot.
like
What ab-
Max Caddy.
What about, "Hey, baby, those yoga pants are fire"?
No.
I can read your
No.
lips.
Carmen, what about this? What that? What?
No, this is
Listen,
good. This is good.
Listen. What that mouth do? No. All right.
Hey, I can hold your. We get it. Hey, little lady, you're looking mighty pretty today. Yeah.
No. Some of the other stuff, so that's a compliment from a stranger, maybe. Some of the other stuff that people like, someone lets you jump in front of them in line. That's always good. Listen, if you have two items and somebody's in front of you and they've got a full basket and they go, "Go ahead," that's great because you don't have to wait there the whole time. You know?
Yeah. I always go up to ladies and I go, "Are you?" I go, "Candace?" And they go, "Candace." And I go, "Candace fit in your mouth?"
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't.
I went a long way for that one.
Yeah.
One of the greatest quotes I've ever heard in my life was I was at a bar with a buddy of mine. This was in Tallahassee, and this guy goes up to the woman, the bartender, puts her arm around him and goes, "Baby, I wish my hand was twice the size so I could wrap around that big old ass of yours."
Oh my God! How
not-
fast was he kicked out?
And he was kind of drunk and laughed it off.
Yeah.
But that quote like stood the test of time.
Baby.
My buddies and we always bring that up. "Baby, I wish my hand was twice the size so I could wrap it around that big old ass of yours."
I didn't like when people complimented my wife while I was with her.
Oh yeah.
I told a guy looked at her and he kind of like winked at her and said something. And I go, how about I pull that eye out of your head?
Joe does it a lot when you leave the room.
I don't mind that.
No, I do.
I don't
not.
mind now. Like now, I don't care. But when we were dating, and guys would be like, "Hey, what's up?" I go, "Hey, what's up? How about we knock your teeth out? How about that?" Like it's just disrespectful. You know what I mean? But I that's another thing. If I see a pretty girl and she's with a guy, especially if he's a younger guy, I try not to. I don't want to be creepy stare guy because I don't want him to be mad. I don't want him to feel intimidated.
This is why I don't say anything.
Yeah.
That's best, probably best.
Carmen, have you ever had this compliment? And every guy has done it. I'm serious. No, listen, it is a compliment. Have you ever walked past a girl that was so hot that you just go, Jesus Christ?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
Yep.
Oh,
Have
a
you ever-
girl, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying like because you said the car. No,
No.
I'm sure no girl has ever. I've heard
I don't
girls
know
walk
whether-
by me and go, Jesus Christ, but I don't think it was good.
No, I don't know whether Carmen's ever heard that whenever she walks by.
Yeah.
That's a compliment. Like, if a guy gets mad at how hot you are, that's a compliment.
So when Twitter first came out, I was pretty active on Twitter, and I went to New York and I got in the elevator of my hotel. Now, a New York elevator, if you haven't been there, is
Is this
yeah.
this? Oh,
There's usually no more than 3 people or 2 people with luggage in an elevator, even in a really nice hotel. And there was a girl in the elevator with me who was a supermodel. She was gorgeous. And at the time, people were like sniping pictures. That was like the cool thing to do. So I was going to snipe a picture of this girl and put it on Twitter and be like, creep factor 10 in the elevator with this girl. And I kind of positioned my camera and I hit it and the flash went off. Now she's 2 feet away from me and she was like, oh, and I went, oh, I didn't know what to do. Then the door opened and she ran out and I thought, I feel so, and then I went, I'm never gonna see her again in my life, and I just started laughing my ass off. It was one of the most embarrassing things I've ever done.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was fun.
So the rest of this list, these are
So
things.
gangs in New York.
No,
Oh.
these are things that put you in an unexpected good mood. Compliment from a stranger. Someone lets you jump in front of them in line. Hearing your favorite song on the radio.
Oh.
Getting a bonus at work.
Hearing your favorite song on the radio.
I'm
walking on sunshine.
Hitting every green light as you're
Okay.
driving. You're just going right on through.
What about pulling up to the Starbucks at 5:30 in the morning and there's no line?
Oh, that's
That's
nice.
a great feeling.
Good.
Hearing your baby's first word.
You know what got me excited? Juliana's heartbeat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like when you go and they say you're pregnant, and then you have to go back a couple of minutes later, a couple of months later, rather. And sometimes they go, I'm sorry, there's no heartbeat. And I remember that happened to us one time. And then we went back for Juliana, and you're like, let's see. And they're like, oh, good heartbeat. And I thought that was one of the best things ever.
Your partner randomly showing you affection. Always nice.
I mean, come on. I mean, I don't know. My wife wants to hug me at the most inappropriate time. I've
I
been
get
sitting
that
for a
too.
while. I get on my back is sore. She's 5 feet. She comes and hugs me, and I go, all right, I'm getting scoliosis now. I gotta move on.
When you're trying to make a point and someone finally gets it.
Yeah, I think most people still don't get it. They just give up on the conversation with you.
A familiar smell from your childhood. We talked about that the other day. Blacktop, I
Weed.
think. Always weed.
Well, that happened to me. We were my Uncle John. I remember when I was a kid, he used to smoke pot, but I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
And then one time we were on what's that ride at Disneyland in the Land of Tomorrow that just kind of takes you
The
around?
Wedway People Mover.
People Mover, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on the People Mover, and with my mother and my grandmother and my great grandmother and my brother, and my grandmother goes, "Oh, those son of a bitches are smoking pot on the other thing because you could smell it." And I went, "That's pot," and they were like, "Yeah." I go, "That's Uncle John smokes." My mother's kicking me because I'm riding her. But yeah, that was a very familiar smell from when I was a kid because Uncle John would smoke the weed.
I wish you would have called it the reefer.
Yeah, the reefers.
A loved one saying they're proud of you. Finding something that you thought you lost. Mike, you do that a lot, right? Waking up before your alarm and realizing you get to sleep longer.
Oh.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
That's the best.
That really is. When you wake up and you're like, it's got to be 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's 11 at night, and you're like, oh my God, I still have like 3 or 4 hours.
Finding something you think you're lost for me is so good. I found it this week alone, my passport and both my earbuds, my earbuds, whatever
Oh,
they
yeah?
call it. Yeah.
You lost
I
your
lose-
passport again?
No, but so I didn't. So I went on a trip with my wife, and at the end of the trip, she takes it all to make sure that it gets back okay. And I go, "You have my passport." And she goes, "No, I don't. I have the kids' passports." I go, "You have my passport too." And she goes, "No, I don't." I go, "Jesus Christ."
We had passport drama in Germany
So then
as well.
then she calls me and she's like, "I have your old passport. It's expired." And I go,
Here we go
"Okay."
again.
So then I look in the safe, and my passport that was expired is in the safe. I go, "What is it that you have?" And she goes, "I'll leave it out for you." I opened it up and it was my passport. She goes, I looked at the issue date, not the expiration date. I go, well, that's great though. I have my passport. And then I found both my my AirPods, so I'm very happy. When you find something, I lose a lot. I lose expensive things.
In Germany, they almost didn't let this guy back in the country.
Oh.
Do you
crazy.
like it whenever you find it after you've already bought a new one?
No,
That's
no,
never
but
good.
I currently have a missing watch in this house right now.
Yeah, Apple
And-
Watch or
no, really expensive watch. But
Yeah.
when I find it, I will be very happy.
Because you had an Apple Watch that you I think you had like 2 or 3 Apple
I had
Watches.
like 5 Apple Watches,
Yeah.
but I got rid of them all. I traded them all in or did whatever I gave them away, and I have my one new Apple Watch.
The last one, which I believe you have coming up this weekend, getting upgraded, like on a plane or a hotel or something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's always nice.
yeah, I love it.
We got
Oh, when
upgraded
you-
on the Bert cruise.
One time, Amanda and I checked into a hotel in New York, the Millennium Hotel. We had just like a 1-bedroom little thing, and the guy goes, "Are you just here for 2 nights?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I got something for you." And I went, "Okay." And he goes, "I'm going to upgrade you because we got this room is empty, whatever." And I went, "Oh, that's so nice of you. Thank you." This room was so goddamn big. We went up there, and we just got in. We had to shower and race over to this event that we were going to. So we get in there, and Amanda's showering, and I'm yelling into there. I'm like, "Amanda, you got to hurry up. I got to get in the shower." She's taking forever. So I start taking my clothes out of the suitcase and hanging them, and I open the door to put it in the closet. It's a whole nother bathroom. I'm like, "Oh, okay. Take your time."
So there is different hacks that you can do. They take whenever you're traveling and stuff. I'm telling you right now, especially in Vegas, if you give the person at the check-in counter, whatever, $20 and say if there's any upgrades or anything
Oh,
you
yeah,
can do.
yeah.
Look, they're not making a lot of money.
No.
And it doesn't cost them anything to upgrade you. So if there is the possibility and they get $20, they're like, yeah, I'll put them in
Yeah.
this room. This is a better room. So, try it. No big deal.
Gio, is that mic on?
Yeah.
The top. Sit down for a second, Joe. I have good news for you. This morning on the air, I was talking about how feeble your grades are and how you want to go to FSU. I'm kidding. No, your kid's a straight A student. I'm kidding. And that a letter from Derek Brooks might help you get into FSU with him being one of the most famous people to ever go there. And Gio said he thinks he sits on the board.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does.
Uncle Ian Beckles said he's going to see Derek Brooks this morning and he'll talk to him about it and see if he can pull it off.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you to Uncle Ian. Uncle Ian brings you weed and he gets you into college. Yep.
Don't mention that in the application.
It's from it's from his
Leave that
opium
part
den.
out.
Real quick, why were the cops here this morning?
No, they weren't here for. Oh, you know, cops are here this morning. Not here. Every time. Let me just tell you one thing about Joey. Joey's a good kid. He's never gotten any trouble. Never done anything bad. Right. Every time the cops are in the neighborhood, they all think it's Joey. There was like a kid brought a gun to school or whatever at the same time that I had an issue, and the cops had to come here, and my neighbors were like, "Oh, we thought for sure it was that gun in the school issue." We're like, "Why would you think my son would bring a gun to school? That guy was a jagoff." All right, well, good.
I could see Joey grabbing one of his backpacks or something, and you put a gun in there the other day. I'll remember to get this out of here.
It's got a gun, a passport, iPods.
Yeah.
Can we just get this on the
AirPods.
record? I don't ever want you to have one. I don't show you mine. I don't say, "Hey, let's go play with the guns," ever.
No, yeah, you mentioned that you don't want me to get one.
What's that?
I said you mention all the time you don't want me.
I don't want you to get one. It's here. If we have them, if we have to defend the castle, you know how to get into the gun room. Other than that, we don't need to carry guns with us. Especially you. You got your mother's hot-headed temper. Yeah. And you wear that pink shirt to school. Huh? Girls like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Man,
I like it.
I could not pull off a pink shirt.
That's what I'm saying,
if I
Joe.
wanted
You
to.
realize
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. I'm like, I would look
you know
like.
that Hellstar brand?
Yeah.
This is
Oh, so what you're saying is it's another $300 T-shirt that I had no idea we were paying
nice
for.
T-shirt, nice pink T-shirt.
Yeah. All right, get the hell out of here and go to school.
All right.
Thank you. Say thank you to Uncle Ian.
Oh yeah, thank you, Ian Beggles.
Yeah. You said Ian Buckles.
Sound like Amanda when she was talking to
Poor.
Lori yesterday. No, whatever. She was like, hello.
Yeah. Hey, remember when Mom yelled at the refs and she said, poorly done. Yeah.
Poorly done.
I'm not going to see you till Monday or Sunday. Don't smoke weed in the house. And no girls. Okay, girls, but no more than one guy at a time in the house.
Whoa.
Not with him.
Whoa.
I mean, in the house.
Getting weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, this is
Put it in
weird.
your kids folder.
Hey, whatever you're into, I still love you.
Because I see.
See you, buddy.
That is it for news.
Oh, well, then I didn't even need to talk to him.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. We will take a break, and when we come back, I have no idea what we're going to do, but stand by because I guarantee you it'll be good.
All right.
Before I want to go to break, I want to tell you about my friends at Super Heat and Air. If you're looking for an AC for your home and you want to get it now and you don't want to pay for it now, guess what? They do that. You can get a brand new AC from Super Heat and Air by simply going to superheatandair.com. You could request to have them come on out, give you an estimate, and then you can get it and you can get it installed. And guess what? You don't have to pay for it. No payments, no interest for 18 months. And you may not need a new unit. You may just need somebody to come out and do a clean and tune. They have specials running all the time on that. Get it done before you start using the heat. If you go back and forth from the AC to the heat, and you go back and forth, make sure that they're both ready to go for the winter. You don't want to wait until it gets too cold and everybody's calling them. Have them come out and do it now. Get you on a monthly schedule and have them take care of your units so that they last forever. And remember, if you do need a new unit, it's Super Heat and Air. No interest, no payments for 18 months. Great people. They did all the work in this house, in my previous home, and I sent them to my relatives, and of course I recommend them to you, my listener. Superheatandair.com. Tell them you heard about it on the Mike Calta Show. Take a quick break. It's 102.5 The Bone. You'll never guess who this is.
Black Sabbath.
This is new music from the Rolling Stones, who played a secret show last night. Did you hear about that?
Oh, no, I didn't.
They played at a small club in New York with Lady Gaga. How do you like that?
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think this is bad. Now, this is what I would assume is probably going to be their last album because they're dying. And then there's a song on here called Get Close with Elton John, and then Bite My Head Off with Paul McCartney. I think it's Paul McCartney because it's cut off. Let me see. Bite My Head Off. Yeah, Paul McCartney.
I was watching a video. Steve Rosen has a book out called Tone Chaser, Understanding Edward, My 26-Year Journey with Edward Van Halen.
Oh,
And
I did see that.
And Ted Nugent was speaking with him, and he was saying about Van Halen and how great Eddie was. And he goes, in my opinion, David Lee Roth, the greatest frontman in rock and roll. He goes, I put him up there. He said, I would say David Lee Roth and Mick Jagger, the two greatest frontmen of the band.
I think I agree with that. I think that that David Lee Roth, like Mick Jagger, had his own style and his own way he did it, and you had Robert Plant, who was the ultimate god lead front singer of a rock band.
Yeah, great singer, but also Dee Snider came out and said that he didn't think he was a great frontman, and people got so mad at him. He goes, "You're not understanding what I'm saying. Like, he stood there and he sang. Robert Plant didn't do a lot of stuff.
No, but he had that look, and he had that kind of. He was
very charismatic,
and
he was the golden
you
god.
didn't need to move. Like
Right.
the worst ever was Scott Stapp in the beginning with Creed. Creed blew up so fast and was so popular, and Scott Stapp used to stand there and everybody's like, this guy better get some personality. But I think you don't know what to do. Mick Jagger just went with his own style, his own thing, and then people copied Mick. And David Lee Roth, I think, also copied Mick, but put so much of himself into it that he became that David Lee Roth style.
Yeah, it's like Mick Jagger on steroids and cocaine.
And also Robert Plant and everybody else that he was influenced by.
But David Lee Roth, I think, the quintessential front man as far as hard rock metal bands go. Like, he was the guy. He was out there doing all that stuff. Mick Jagger, not the greatest singer in the world, but definitely a great front
Same
man.
thing with David Lee Roth.
Yeah, same, yeah.
They said, I remember Rolling Stone said they traded the most charismatic, best frontman ever for a better voice. Like they got a better singer
with Sammy,
but they lost the number one front guy of all time. And I don't think, forget the music. I think Sammy also a lot of fun.
Yeah,
a lot
I
of,
think Sammy.
great,
I think Sammy's a great frontman. Yeah.
Vince Neil was good for a while in Motley Crue for when they came out. You know what I mean? Like he was the face of Motley Crue before Tommy took over. I'm trying to think of who are some other real great frontmen for bands. Steven Tyler, I think, is probably the best since David Lee Roth, even though they're both around the same time.
Steven Tyler, great voice too.
Great voice.
He has both.
Great charisma.
Style,
And you want a guy who, like David Lee Roth, when you talk to him, when you're done, you go, "What planet is this guy from?" And you get a little of that from Steven Tyler too.
Sure.
He's more street, but he's down. You're like, what
he's
is
rhyming stuff
Yeah,
and
yeah.
doing all his little sayings and everything. Yeah, you're like, what is happening?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think now who else.
Well, and that's why they call it the lead singer syndrome. You know what I mean? Like they're
Sure.
always kind of out there. Like you want a lead singer that's a little bit from a different planet.
Yeah, you definitely do. Unless you're in his band, then you wish your guy was from Earth and he would just shut up.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we got a gig coming up. I'm gonna tell you about in a second. But first, I'm gonna put this out there. Okay, you know I love Prime Butcher.
Yes.
And you know I love my guy Pepe over there.
Right.
And Carmen, I got this thing. I got a stuffed chicken breast wrapped in bacon with mozzarella inside. Oh my god. In fact, I gotta throw that in the thing because I'm going away this weekend. If I don't eat it now, we gotta eat that for lunch, Joe.
All right.
Pepe, I went in the store the other day to buy some steaks, and he said he is desperate to hire people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and if you're looking for somebody, he's hiring part-time, full-time butchers, store clerks, even people that don't have a lot of butcher experience but have restaurant experience, kitchen experience. He will take it. The place is called Prime Butcher. It's on Collier in Land O'Lakes. It is one of the finest butcher stores I've ever been into. Clean as can be, best cuts of meat, and really has a guy in there with Pepe who loves what he does. And I told him, I said, Pepe, I swear to God, I want to come in on like 2 days a week as an intern and just learn how to cut the meats.
I was going to say that's a great trade to learn, you
Yes.
know, because it's a lot more than just, chopping heads off and doing stuff. You need to be able to actually cut and fillet and do all the different stuff that they do.
Yeah, and then, I mean, if you're somebody who is younger and thinking about going in the restaurant business, it's a great way to learn.
Sure.
And take that. I remember when I was working in the kitchen when I was a kid, on Wednesdays, they would just bring in the whole ass end of the cow, and then all the cooks would go in the back with a knife, and they would just cut it. Here's this steak, and then they would throw it to me, and I would just trim the fat off.
You ever watch Master Chef where they have to follow what Gordon Ramsay does? What?
Gio just fell on his way in, and then he looked at the camera because he knew he'd been busted.
Damn it!
No.
He was just about to step up, and he tripped a little bit, and he looked right at the camera. We got you. We saw you trip. Yeah. I saw you look right at the camera afterwards.
You klutz, you lummox.
you klutz.
I missed a step, and then my first thought was, "Oh God, I hope that didn't get on camera."
Oh yeah, I saw you stutter, and then I saw you look right at the camera.
Oh, man.
Great.
Nice.
Sorry, Galvin. Back over to you.
I was saying about Gordon Ramsay on MasterChef. They'll do one of the episodes where they have to follow him making something.
Yeah.
And he'll either like fillet a fish or do something. And he goes so fast that they're like, no, what are we doing? But yeah, you learn those knife skills, man. That's something that you'll be able to use for the rest of your life.
That's one thing I can't do. I've learned how to do a lot of things, but I cannot fillet a fish properly.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't feed it to my kids afterwards because I guarantee you I left some bones.
Yeah,
there.
but it's also how many times have you done it? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
grow up doing it, I'm sure there's plenty of people listening that
my
do it
cousins.
out on a boat and can do it with a pocket knife.
Yeah, I cannot. When we go fishing, like if you go out on the Queen Fleet or something, and you come back, there's guys waiting there to fillet them for you and put it back in the bag, so lazy people like me can take
These
it.
are some sharp ass knives too. Man.
Yeah, well,
Careful.
I have one of those. I
Yeah.
have one of those knives in my drawer. It's got a different color handle because you know that's knife. You know, my brother bought me a super duper sharp knife for my birthday one time. Josh got me a good knife for my.
Yeah.
I definitely have the knives. I feel like if I have to kill somebody, I should do it with a knife first. It'd
I
probably
got
be
you the
easier.
throwing knives.
I still have them.
Yeah.
yeah. You say like-
Throw them at the fish.
I tried those throwing knives in here before.
It's hard.
It's very hard. It's very hard, and a lot of times they bounce back
Yeah.
at you, and that's not something you want to experience. So, yeah, I've seen a lot of videos online, which I can't believe that there's not more talk about this. But all these places that have axe throwing, people who throw the axes, it hits and it bounces back and hits
yeah.
them. That happens a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're over by Ferg's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have it set up like batting practice where they have the net in front where just the arm can go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
it that way. That way, if it bounces back and comes at you, you're not.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the fact that somebody's going to get it right between the eyes one day. I just hope it's not us.
Yeah.
You know, it's not one of those things I love. The axe throwing. I don't hate it. We did it one time. We had a fun time doing it, but I feel like you do it once. Remember, escape rooms were the big thing.
Yeah.
I loved escape rooms, and then that got kind of boring after a while. But some of them were really elaborate. Some of them walls opened and all this stuff. Escape rooms are good, and then we tried to look for other things like escape rooms, and we went to that one place where you could just destroy stuff.
Yeah.
Where you'd put up TVs and
Just smash them with a bat.
smash them all, and that was a little therapeutic for a little while. But even that, I ended up having glass on my neck, and you're definitely gonna get glass on you. Oh. Yeah.
That's a little too elaborate. I think.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know. I still like painting with a twist. I think we should go back and do that again.
Yeah.
I had a ball doing that.
That was fun.
I felt
Do
like
some
just
mushrooms,
just
Michael.
an artist. I know. Man. Yeah.
The twist.
There's a twist. I wonder if a lot of those escape rooms are still open or if they're all starting the mass shutdowns now.
They, I know over Universal, they have a Back to the Future themed one.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, it just opened in the last year or so.
Oh,
And
that's
are
pretty
the
cool.
clues like? Do you, if you know Back to the Future, you do well at it?
Like,
That'd be
they
interesting.
won't show you what it is because they don't want to spoil the room.
Sure.
But yeah, there's one's Back to the Future, the other one's Jurassic Park themed.
That and they actually in Universal?
Yeah, well,
Oh.
in City Walk.
City Walk?
So you
That's
don't-
great.
You don't have to go to the park. You can just go to City Walk.
I would imagine a lot of them are closed because they kind of oversaturated. You know, it started becoming a thing, and then everybody had one.
But the money that went into some of those, like some of them were just a closet. You open the closet and there was a bag, and that bag had a lock on it. And you had to find the key. But I went to one time where it was an airplane adventure, and you were on an airplane, and they had airplane seats in there, and then you had to crawl through the thing to get to the next room. And then we're like, all right, well, it says it's in the baggage thing. Well, the baggage was overhead, like it would do it. It was like it was really elaborate. Walls were moving, things were dropping down, and it was cool. We went to one with JoJo one time over in Carrollwood, and that was a ball too. And even if you don't get it done, it's still pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's still pretty funny to be panicking and knowing that the time is clicking away. All right, listen to me. We got stuff to give away, Carmen. Let's do that. Let's take a break. We come back and we'll give something away, and then my man Faizon Love will be here at 9 o'clock. Faizon's going to be at the Improv this weekend. I love that dude, and we have not seen him in like 2 years. You know what? There was 3 people that I liked on this show that we'd see like once a year that we haven't seen. Faizon certainly one of them, and then the other 2 completely opposite. Kevin Nealon.
Yeah.
Which Kevin Nealon, it's been like 5-6 years since he's been on the show. And Harlan Williams, who I found out is coming back. He's coming to Side Splitters.
Yeah.
So
Early next year.
Yeah. There's just guys that once a year I knew we'd sit down and have a good show with them, and I haven't seen Kevin Nealon in forever. So, but Faizon, I've already written the movie for him, or the TV show rather. I cast him in the show. I got the Miata out back. We're gonna take some promo shots out there. He's in one of my favorite movies that you may have never seen, and that is called Made.
Yeah.
With
so
Vince Vaughn and Jon Favreau, and it is such a good movie. And of course, you know all the other things he's been in, including Friday. So he'll be in the studio with us at the top of the hour. It's the Mike Calta Show. We'll give away tickets next on 102.5 The Bone.
So crazy right now, most incredibly, it's your girl, me, it's your boy, Young. You ready?
8:43 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. My man Faizon Love will be here in a matter of seconds, so we'll bring him in the studio. Carmen, do we still have Billy Joel Sting tickets? I think we have another pair to give away, don't we? We do. Why not? What did you do with them? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense.
And I think we had one pair the other week, and you gave 2 pair away.
Oh.
Oh,
All right. So evidently it's my fault.
That's what we're trying to say.
I'm going to go to that show, but I have to tell you,
Promises.
I love Billy Joel. I have since I was a kid.
Yeah, I think you will go to that.
Yeah.
I would
It's
like to
it's a
go to
Saturday
that.
night, isn't it?
I'd like to go to that, and I like Billy Joel, and I think I would see him, but I'm more for Sting.
I saw Chris Jericho at a Billy Joel show one time, and although I know he loves all kinds of music, I didn't expect him to be. He's a rock guy, you know?
Yeah.
And he said to me, it's not always my type of music, but he's a legend, and you don't know how much more you're going to get out
Sure,
of him.
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
I've seen him so many times. I'm surprised a guy with his career and his money is still doing it and doing it as often as he is at Madison Square Garden and not getting bored of doing it.
You wonder whether he just loves playing so much, or it's so ingrained in him that he doesn't know what else to do.
I mean, he was a club piano player and did it every night, you know, so
Yeah.
maybe he just still has that in him. And I got to put on the cameras in case Gio falls again. Alexa, show back door. I can't not see Gio walk because he falls every time he hits that break. And I can get all that video
kind of
for
clumsy,
Joe.
Michael.
Yeah.
You know.
I have seen him at Giant Stadium. I've seen him in Miami. I've seen him in Orlando. I've seen him in Tampa. I've seen him in Madison Square Garden.
What is the smallest venue you've gotten to see him in?
The smallest venue was in St. Petersburg at the Palladium, which was a thing that they did for the St. Pete College.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And you had to be a student to get tickets to get in there. And
Right.
it sold out immediately. I couldn't get in.
You were offering to buy somebody's textbooks the whole year.
The whole year. I said, I'll pay your tuition if I could just be your guest. I mean, to see Billy Joel in that capacity was amazing. And it was it was a Q&A followed by some performances. And people would ask him questions about the music business because those people were going into that type of thing. And then some people were like, hey, Billy, I'm a musician. And he go, what do you do? I play piano. Well, come up here and play. And the guy would come up there and play with
Crazy.
Billy. But the guy who goes up there and played and did a great job, and that guy now forever says he played with Billy Joel, and Billy Joel liked it, you know? And then I raised my hand with all intentions of saying, hi, Billy, I am not a student. I have no musical experience at all. I would just love to come up and sing a song with you. And I would have done it in a second.
You know what I saw the other day on Kill Tony? You know how they have the different people go up and do stand-up?
Yeah.
There was a lady who went up, and I guess she was saying that, nobody thought she was going to be able to do it and blah, 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 and they liked her. So Tony said, hey, listen, I'm playing. I think she was from Illinois or wherever. He goes, I'm playing at the theater there. He goes, would you like to open for me?
Wow.
And she was like, I have to figure out my finances. And he goes, no, I'm going to fly you out and I'll pay for you this, that, whatever. Roseanne Barr was on there, and she goes, I'm doing 4 dates in whatever state.
Sugar?
And she goes, will you open for me? And the girl was
Wow,
like,
was
yeah.
she that good?
I didn't see her stand up,
Oh.
but yeah, she was like blown away. Could you imagine a legend like that being like, yeah, I want you to come open for me?
Comedians are some of the most jealous, insecure people ever. But when it comes to helping other comedians, they are great. There's nobody better
That
than
they
Bobby.
like. Other comedians that they like.
Yeah, young Bobby has a thing for young comedians, and I think it's because he realized that they're easily sexually. No, that I think he realized that what a struggle he had, and it's unnecessary for people with talent to go through that. If you have the talent, somebody that's made it should be there to give you a little helping hand.
He was certainly the first one to bring Stavi to our attention.
Oh yeah,
that was years.
Stavi, Cannon, Sagalo, all those guys I met through Bobby, and then Colum, Terrell, and
Joe
List, like all. I'm not saying Bobby made these guys, but he certainly did what he could to introduce them to us,
Right.
And to the thing, and that's a real good sign of how secure somebody is in their own act, because the insecurity would stop you from doing that. It's one of the things I think that helps this show be as good as it is because I am secure enough to say I want people here that are funnier, that are better, that are going to make the show stronger every day. So, it's I'm not worried that all of a sudden somebody's going to be the best guy on the show. Great, take it. Why is my dog here?
Oh,
I don't know. Did Gio fall and the door open?
No. All right, get out of here. No, but now the dog's going to attack our guest when the guest comes in.
Happy. Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Oh, can you see her, Carmen?
Yeah.
She's a little beauty.
So happy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come get the dog, goddammit.
You want me to take her out?
Yeah, please. I don't want to attack Faizon Love. Then he's going to accuse me of training my dog to hate black people. That's what Mo always says when Mo goes, I know why. She's barking at me.
Mm-hmm.
And we look like a menace. All right, 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025.
Did Gio fall and then Faizon fell on top of him?
No,
Or is
I
it-
don't know. Faizon was just coming through the gate when Gio went out there,
Oh,
so I wanted to make sure that everything. Thank you, Joe.
Gotcha.
I wanted to make sure that that Faizon knew where he was going when he got here. So I don't know what's going on. He said that they kept going to the wrong entrance, and he said, "Man, we've been to this gate three times. They're going to think something's up now." And I thought that's a good scene in our show. One
Oh,
last
yeah.
job, you
Yeah.
know.
All right.
Carmen, I wrote this pilot episode for a show called My Sweet Dead Prince, which is about me dying, and I come to life only the Spanish.
Right.
And I hadn't read it in years, and last night I dug the laptop out and I read it, and it's funny.
Yeah.
It's really good. And I think we should start making this. I think we should work on going into production.
Find a video guy.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Think Haters is available?
Maybe.
I'm kidding. Right. Yeah.
I mean, the first scene is at your funeral, right, Michael?
Opens at my funeral, yeah.
Okay.
It opens at my funeral.
And then we somehow wound up
Without
stealing.
blowing it,
Right.
Spanish gets my body.
Yeah.
And while we're alone in the car, I talk to him.
Right.
Then he takes me home to you, and I don't talk to you.
Right.
Much like real life.
Hmm.
No, real life I wouldn't talk to Spanish either. So, but then the goal is to get us back on the radio.
Right.
And the Galvin, your role is great. Carmen's role is great, and it's funny. And then there's some stuff written in there for characters that I think people we know would play great characters. We
Yeah.
should do like this guy that Ian brought in the other day, and just use people we know
Yeah.
to make the whole movie.
Sure.
Joe, set up a production schedule. Let's
All
get
right.
on this.
All right, I'm on it.
I gotta check it out. I gotta make sure he's good.
All
You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah. But I mean, I got a whole student film crew from USC that'll do
Wow,
it for
that's
sandwiches.
true. Yeah.
And they're-
Okay.
You should have seen. They came in here. My niece came in here last week with her roommate and another guy. Like they all work together. He does writing, she does whatever, and she does directing. And yet, when they do a project, they all take on different parts, and then they switch it up. And one day you're the editor, and you're the something else, so that they know how to do everything. So they came in here to shoot some stuff, and they had equipment that I'd never seen before. They even for the iPhone, Joe, they had a thing that goes around your head and balances the iPhone, so you could take, you can do the whole selfie thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would say, yeah, but
Yeah,
you've
no,
never
I-
used any of that.
I mean, they used to do that in those spooky shows where they go into, right?
Yeah.
But they used to use like a big cumbersome piece of equipment.
No,
and-
this thing's lightweight
Yeah.
and carried on. Anyway, they
Yeah.
even knew how to. They knew how to set the lights in here when we did the shooting in here.
Mhm.
We went outside and we shot some stuff there, and they were like down on their knees shooting up. I mean, it was good stuff.
All right.
Well, you will hire them.
Okay.
We'll feed them Doritos and sandwiches
Perfect.
for pay, and they'll be very happy. Starbucks gift cards,
All right.
whatever. Carmen, all these people are on hold because we said we're playing a game, right? Oh, I feel bad making them wait,
Oh.
but I don't have time to play the game. Do you think Faizon Love was in this hemisphere when he called, or do you think he was in the Western Hemisphere
I don't know.
and they had just the same
I think
physical
he's-
address?
What about your old house? Was he over at your old
No,
house?
no, I don't think so. That would be awful. Oh, here they are. I see them making their way up. Alexa, volume 0. I don't need Gio to fall and start cursing. We will play a game though after the top of the hour. We'll do that and we'll give some stuff away. All right, Alexa, stop. It's so funny the improv. If it's a black comedian, they send a black guy. If it's a white comedian, they send a white guy.
Oh, yeah?
They take him.
That's interesting.
Alexa, stop. Alexa doesn't listen to me. Anyway, making his way into the studio is Faizon Love. Let me look at you. Let me see you. Oh, you're as beautiful as ever. Come on in. You want to sit there or you want to sit on the couch? Whatever you're more comfortable. Yeah. All right. Good. Man, for a second, I thought we broke up. Put those headphones on so we could talk. You were one of my favorite guests on the show ever, and it's been like 3 years since you've been here. What's that? There you go. I talk now. Get right up on it.
Oh.
I think it's been. That's my cigar, bro. My morning voice. I think it's been longer.
Maybe.
It's
I
been-
thought for sure we broke up.
It's been a long time because
Yeah.
it was in
the
the
studio.
old studio,
Yeah.
and it was, I think, before COVID.
Before COVID.
Yeah, so
Yes, because we were driving up. I'm like, this is the wrong place, bro.
Yeah, well, the improv, it's weird. Improv, for some reason, isn't as aggressive as putting guests on the show. So
Hilarious.
sometimes they bring people in and I don't even notice, but I've been waiting for you. So
I thought we were banned. I think you gave me too many headphones.
No. I forgot about that.
Oh, I still got the headphones.
Yeah, the Malectronics.
Yeah, they're the best.
Yeah.
You guys stop messing with
No.
other shit.
So what happened is that guy, he told us, he's like, we made a ton of them
Thank you.
and it did really well. And then the factory, I think during COVID, they had a hard time getting them out of China or wherever they were getting them from. So it kind of slowed down a little bit. But I think they're back in action now.
The best ever.
Yeah, we use them all the time. I don't like when you're in radio for so long, there's a certain type of headphone you always use, and it's just stuck in my head. And no matter what's better and what's not, I'm just having to use these. But on the plane or whatever, I'm using the Electronics.
yeah, I have them at the station. I have different ones here.
I still use them.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't have to. You know, these other headphones you have to charge every 5 minutes.
Right.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I literally didn't use them for like 3 weeks. I was like, damn, I forgot to charge them. Them things still work.
Yeah. That's like my iPad. I'll not use my iPad for 3 months. So go back and turn it on, and it's still got 50% charge left. I love that thing.
Yeah, iPad.
It's devil batteries is what they are. How you been, man?
I'm good. I'm all right, man.
Yeah?
I'm I'm good. I'm just, just.
I looked at your IMDb to see if you'd be hurting for money, but not you. 2023 was
What
a
do you
busy
mean?
year for you.
What do you mean?
You've been working. I don't know. I don't want. I mean,
Mike, I don't make any money.
yeah. Wait, that's a lie. I got to tell you, you know why I know it's a lie? Because you dress nice. Yeah,
I
you
know
got
how to-
the best DXL has to offer. There's only one fat guy clothes store in the whole world.
In the whole
Black guys
world.
go there, white guys go there. We have no choice.
I'll be shopping from the exclusive rock.
Yeah, you remember? So one time there was a Rochester in New York City.
Yes.
2 stories.
Yes.
It was the best. Every time I went in there,
Yes.
I saw what's it? Rick Ross was in there last time I was there. I was like, now I feel cool. Shut down. COVID killed it.
Listen, I've been shopping there for years.
Yeah.
You know, the guy Bruce. I mean, I
Right. We all had our own guy.
Bruce. There was 2 Bruces, one in Beverly Hills and one in New York.
Yeah.
And the 51st Street, that was one of the best ones because they had the like, hey, would you like? I bought a cashmere sweater,
Ooh.
and I was like, this thing is so soft.
Yeah. Yeah. I have one. I have a cashmere hoodie.
Oh, where you get that from?
I stole it from Ralphie May.
Wow.
I stayed at his place in the hills one time, and I was like, Ralphie, it's freezing here, and he's like, I got clothes. Go take my clothes. So this thing was like, he had like a 5X. I needed like a 3.5X, and I took it, and I go, this is the softest hoodie I ever wore. My wife's like, because it's cashmere. I go, he's not getting this back. I stole that from him. Then he died, and I was like, I think I can have it. I think I can keep it. Yeah. I'm not going to give it back to the family.
Yeah, you're not gonna come to the funeral. I have this shirt. Yeah, that's wow. I actually knew Ralphie.
Yeah. Oh, Ralphie was a great friend of ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a super guy. Also, the reason why every once in a while, like, well, I should probably get on a treadmill before it gets out of hand.
You know what? Both of us are big guys.
Yeah. Sexy, though.
Yeah,
It's a different type of bit.
definitely. We need what was our TV show we were gonna do?
Oh, see, I'm glad you remember it. One Last Job.
One last jump.
Do you know I wrote the pilot?
Stop playing.
I swear, but I don't know anything about. Like, I downloaded that script app and I read it and I
Final
read it.
draft?
No, final draft, and that was it. And then Slugline, I use that too. So anyway,
Slugline is good too.
I wrote it out, and it's good. It's good. So I fired up an old laptop the other night, and all those things were on there, and I went back and looked at them. I go, this is actually better than I thought it was.
he was just saying with you coming to the different gates and stuff, that could be an episode.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we only let one black guy in there at a time. 2 black guys. This neighborhood gets very nervous.
Guys, are you sure? You know what's so funny? I lived into the identical gated community in Vegas. It's called
Oh, really?
Spanish Trails.
Uh-huh.
I was telling, I was like, okay, I can live here.
I got to tell people, because some people who haven't been here in a while don't realize, once the pandemic hit, we built the studio out, and I'm never leaving this. I'm never going out of the
It makes
house.
sense. 'Cause
Right.
This is. It looks like a a stage production built this.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we had a great company called Templar that came in and banged it out in like 2
somebody
weeks.
did do
Oh,
that.
yeah. So, no, it was, I mean, they're a construction company, but I have 3 garage doors, and I had no vehicles that fit in my garage. I had a Hummer that was lifted. I had a Sprinter that was taller than the roof of my house. And I'm like, no, I'm never parking a car in here. My wife is a female, so she can't back it out of the
Is she?
driveway. Yes. I think so.
He identifies.
That's 2023. You gotta.
I checked. But she can't back out of the driveway, so nobody parks in the garage. So I'm like, I'm turning the garage into something cool, and we're halfway done. So, and we're never going back. But also people who have never been on the show in a while or haven't been on the while, they're like, I don't think we're in the right place. We're at somebody's house. I'm like, yes,
I
come on
said
in.
that. I was like, yo, this ain't because I would sleep.
Right.
My cigar fell on my shirt. I'm like, "Ugh." And I woke up, I'm like, Lee, this ain't the right place. He said, hey, that's what I say. I'm like, listen, bro, I'm
Yeah.
in the show. And it's so funny. You had hit me up on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh he just boom. We're lost, and improv doesn't know where you are. You're like, here, bro.
Yeah, I got you. I got
We
you
had a-
covered. Well, I'm glad you made it here.
Very nice.
I found out we have a girl in common, a chick.
Uh-oh.
Not bad. Although I'm married, so I never got to make Sweet Love to her, but I would if I've given the opportunity.
Who?
Babs from Wild, who works here at the radio station. Last time you were here, which was years ago, she goes, oh, Faizon, I hung out with him one time. Mentioned me. I went, okay, yeah.
Oh,
You
Babs.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
I love her. And if I was single, I would be all over that.
You know what's so funny? I said I was going to say it.
It's too late.
Last time I was here,
Yeah.
this chick.
Yeah.
So that's how I was kind of met her. Nothing happened then. She flew to Atlanta. I was in Atlanta shooting a TV show.
Right.
And she came up there, one night stand, and we had a kid.
She lives here? So where is the kid's here?
My daughter's here.
Here. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was looking. I was laughing at you because I always said I was
You
gonna
thought it
move
would be
there.
that way?
And I was like, now I really may have to move there and be close.
If you moved here, we'd definitely make that TV show.
We can still do it.
Can I run the premise by you again?
I
There's
remember.
new people listening to this show. And now, is this your buddy or you work at the
No, that's my guy. That's
Okay,
my guy.
okay. I'll run it past you. We'll find a part for you.
He just said me. He just said, man, you got to get me in the movie, yo.
I got you. You might have to toughen up a little bit. You got too much of a baby face. You need to be gangster. So the idea is that Faizon he's security for like a big drug dealer in New York. And I am like a small time mob enforcer, but like for like a dopey mob guy, nobody famous, you know what I mean? And I hate doing it, but my family's always been in it, and he's sick of getting shot at. And then finally we're like, you know what? We can get out. We can quit this. And we decide that we're going to leave together, and we get rid of all our stuff, and then we go. And then the first stop is we stop and we visit Faizon's mom. She's in a nursing home, and we make sure she's all taken care of. And we get there, we find out that for some reason or other, the bill isn't paid, and that we need to come up with like $30,000 to pay for his mom. So we have to go do one more job, I think.
One last job.
One last job, yeah. And we'll just do this one, and then we're done. Okay, cool. So then we go rob some, or we do some, and then we start making our way across the country, and then something else comes up. And there's always one more job that we have to do. There's always something else.
That's not bad at all.
Right?
That's not bad because it's the Blues Brothers. But the only thing we're missing is the 10.
The who? I don't speak Hollywood yet. I only have Slugline.
Comedy, great comedy always comes in a 10.
Okay.
Basically, a skinny guy and a fat guy.
Oh, a 10. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we break the mold. 2 fat guys.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, 2 sexy fat guys.
It's been done.
Right. 2 sexy fat guys. and but we're in like the whole idea, nothing is funnier than watching Vince Vaughn on the back of that guy's motorcycle holding on to him while he was out. 2 of us in a small car driving across with all of our stuff in the trunk would be the funniest thing ever.
No, because we're basically dumb criminals.
Yeah. We're not dumb, though. We're good at what we do. We're enforcers.
We're kind of, but because you can't be too cool.
You be smart, and I'll be the dumb one.
No,
Like you be like,
it's
listen,
like
me,
we-
I want to go finish college, and I'm like, not me. I'm going to do whatever, and I want to be a singer like Frank Sinatra.
we don't we're not really killers,
Right.
But we good threateners. Like
Yeah.
oh.
Like I hate having to break this guy's knuckles, but I will if I have to. Yeah,
Exactly.
this is we're basically talking about my father's childhood. Is what we're talking about. My dad gets so mad when I talk about this stuff, but that was my dad. He used to go out and do collections for the bookies.
Yeah.
Which is why I feel like it's in my blood a little bit. I didn't go that route, but I could write about it.
Listen,
Yeah. That's right. Things are good right now, but if I need money, I know what to do.
hey, about a chin, I'm okay. What's about it?
The opening scene is the thing is
I love this, by the
you
way.
guys walk into the back of an Italian restaurant to go hit one guy, and you go in and a little Chinese guy is working in the back. It says Chinese guy stacking blue buckets, because that's always what they're doing, is putting blue storage buckets away. And that guy, you see that guy, and he looks at you, and you go scram, and he just hits it. He just runs out of the building.
By the way,
Telling
can
you.
I tell you a great scene that Faizon just came up with? Is he has to imitate you either on the phone or outside of the door or whatever, because the guy thinks he's talking to you and he starts doing the.
You don't look like. Come on, we're talking to me. Some pizza.
It's just that I grew up in Staten Island, which is like the armpit of New York.
You stupid.
Yeah. so I know like all those guys think they're gangsters and they're not. So that's the kind of guy that I want to be, like the guy that's like, yeah, yo, whatever. But really, I got no swag and no pull at all.
It's like you're the guy they send to go to whack the to whack the owner of the thing. You're like,
Yeah.
you become friends, so you end up trying to hide him.
Wind up apologizing.
I just don't have it in me to do it.
He has
Yeah.
a toy store that hasn't the profit all these rare toys. Like, you have Superman.
Dude, I'm telling you, we should do this. Doesn't even have to be me. I mean, I'm happy.
Listen,
To,
that's a good idea.
yeah. All right.
I'm telling you for real. That's a good idea. And
All
we
right.
can nowadays it's so inexpensive to shoot a television show.
Yeah. Yeah.
That camera in there is kind of older, but
Yeah.
the first show I did a show called It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
They shot the whole thing with that.
Really.
And I went on the show just to see how they shot it. 'Cause I was like, how are you guys doing this?
Do you realize how much you're hurting me now? Because I'm like, Joe, get rid of that goddamn camera. It looks so. And now you're like, that's a good camera. So many people are like, oh, you got one of them old good cameras.
No,
Yeah.
that's a DAT on it. I mean, a tape.
That tape? Is it?
No. It shoots directly onto card.
Oh, it's a car. Okay,
Okay.
okay, that's
All right.
good. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has XLR inputs, which
Oh
is
yeah.
why I need
Oh
it.
yeah.
so,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We
That-
were on set with Kevin Smith. He was shooting with an iPhone. So we know you could do anything.
It's way. There's a movie out now called oh my god, Denzel's son.
Well, they shot it all on the iPhone?
No, not the iPhone, but something. It's like a $4,000 camera.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
Like
we
a-
could do this on the cheap is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's over with.
I'm telling you, this could be
It's
funny,
over
man.
with. It's
This
like-
could be really funny.
People don't care about the angles and all that. I came up with angles. Put the camera there. Let the light. And let the light hit his neck so gently.
Take the art out of the take the artsy fartsy out of the art, and you'll be fine.
Well, it's not. It's just the kids that they're looking at on an iPhone.
yeah,
Right.
So you know they don't look. You know, I have to look at stuff on a big screen.
yeah.
But America is looking at a
Yeah,
movie
little
like
thing.
this.
Yep.
So they can't see all this stuff.
Speaking of kids,
Mhm.
I'm constantly trying to impress my children and let them know that I'm cool, and neither one of them are buying it. Last night came a little close, though. I have a 17-year-old son, and I told him you were coming in, and I showed him your picture. He goes, oh, yeah, I know that dude. And I'm like, yeah, he's coming in. It's my buddy. My daughter normally couldn't care less, but my daughter loves Elf.
Oh, that's
And when I showed it to you, her eyes lit up, and she went, oh. Then she pretended she doesn't care, but she was lit up. So I was like, all right, I'll take those 5 minutes of cool
hey,
riding on your coattails.
I listen. I have a 4-year-old.
Yeah. Oh, you're still cool in the 4-year-old's eyes.
She lets me. I remember the first time she saw that scene right there. You're playing right now,
Yeah.
and I wasn't there. I was somewhere,
And
her
she
mother,
saw you.
Yes, and she was like,
Yeah.
We know somebody famous. she did it to her mom filmed her watching it. She said it was just on.
Uh,
And she's like, she's gonna film her reaction, see what does she know. She probably was like 2.
uh-huh. Oh, she's super excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have the reaction still. I mean, yeah, this is my first kid.
As they get older, you got to trick them. So,
Hilarious.
well, this is good. So my daughter and I'll give you the quick rundown. I love my son. He's my best guy or whatever. I didn't want to have my daughter because I liked him so much. Now I have my daughter. I don't care about my son anymore. I just love my daughter. So it's true. It's true. So now that you have a daughter, you're starting out the right way. So I'm driving with her, and she asked me, she said, "Are you famous?" And I said, "No." I said, "I'm kind of like popular, not famous." And she goes, "Well, like, what's the difference?" I go, "Famous people have like movies and posters and all that." And she's like stickers. And I go, "Stickers?" And she goes, "Yeah, I see stickers sometimes." And I go, "Yeah." So I was near a Starbucks, and I knew that somebody put one of our show stickers on the Starbucks speaker box. I drove to that Starbucks, and I was like, "Yep, you're really famous if you have a sticker." And then I pulled up, and I was like, "Oh my God, look!" And she's like, "Oh, you're famous!" And I tricked her into believing that I was famous. And I will take. She still has no idea that I did it. So I'll ride that out forever.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, because there will be I'm very close to the days where she doesn't care about me anymore. And I got to take them all the days I can.
I have friends with sending their kids to college.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That they're just, you can see it in his eyes. Like, yeah, we would drop them off.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah. I said to my son yesterday, I go, "You have really ruined my life." I said, "I used to be cool, and I used to do things on the weekends, and Mom and I would go away for a week and just not tell anybody." I go, "Then you effed it all up." I said, "But when you go to college, I'm going to be like,"
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, "I hate seeing your face every day, but when I can't see it, it's going to drive me crazy."
Listen,
Yeah.
I've so changed. I actually moved from Vegas
Right.
to Atlanta.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not going to Florida.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's too hot.
It's a lot going on here. There's snakes and bats.
Do you know Bobby Kelly, the comedian?
No.
If you saw him, you know who he was.
Okay.
He's my number one best friend. If I didn't say it that way, he'd be mad at me forever.
Hilarious.
He says, when I go out in your backyard, he goes, "I can't understand how people live here." And he's like, "There's an alligator back there."
Is it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got a little lake out there, and the alligator just lives in there. It's
See?
like the thing that lived under the stairs in Adam's Family.
See?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But they don't mess with you. They don't, like, if you treat them with respect. Like, I don't go near the lake,
Right.
and they don't come near my yard. We're
Right,
good. So
right.
they do their thing. I had to put up a dog fence, like a shock collar fence, because my dog, when I first got it, ran right in the swamp. I said, that'll never work out for you again. So I had to put one of those fences up, because that alligator is just waiting to get one of those little bitches.
Oh, a gift.
So, but you're right. There's some noises that you cannot decipher in that backyard. The other day, I went out back in the morning, and there was a deer just standing there. I opened the door, and there was just a deer. But I've become accustomed to it, so
I
I'm
like
used to seeing
deers.
it.
I like
Yeah.
the deer. In California, we had.
Bears.
I'll be a bear.
Not in L.A., yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Up in the mountain?
Pasadena.
Okay.
Mountain lions,
Uh-huh.
which are, creepy because when you see it, it's already saw you
Right.
a dozen times.
How big is it? Because I'm pretty sure I could beat up a Florida bobcat.
No.
A bobcat.
A bobcat's like a cat.
It's a bigger cat with sharper nails, but I think if I had to save my children,
Mhm.
I could choke it out.
Yeah, with your kid.
See?
Yeah.
He knows.
Yeah, with your
He-
kid. Yeah.
These guys are doubting my skills as a
Yeah.
fighter.
Yeah.
But,
They're pretty fast.
Oh, I'm
They're
not
pretty
chasing
fast.
it.
They have
'Cause
very
they-
sharp claws.
yeah, but when they're onto you and you got your adrenaline,
If you
Yeah.
get a hold of it and you could crush it, yeah, maybe. But you got to get a hold of that thing, and that thing is swiping at you.
it's
and
gonna
biting.
jump at you.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Well,
like-
I'm going to be wounded, but I'm going to kill that son of a bitch.
But a cougar,
Yeah.
Oh no, that thing can carry a gazelle into a tree. You know what I mean?
All right, I'm not fighting a cougar.
no, don't do that.
No.
Like I can beat a bear up.
You can't.
All right.
What kind of bear?
Yeah, baby bear.
A black bear, of course.
There's no way you beat a bear up.
I can beat a bear up.
How could you
right.
beat a bear?
I
A bear
will
can fight a
whoop
lion.
bear. No,
Gio, get a bear. Go get a bear and bring it back in the
I
studio. I
will
wanna see this.
whoop a bear's ass.
Oh my! Will you? Can we do this at the punch out? Will you fight a bear at the next
That's
punch out?
hilarious. On the TV show.
Yeah. I
I
could.
can beat a bear.
Yeah.
I can beat a bear. I can beat a bear.
I'm telling you, right now, that should be that. Forget our show. That should be the new reality show. Faizon Love beats a bear. It's a whole season of you training to fight a bear.
That's a part of this. That's got to be in the show. That's episode 2. Is
Animals that we could fight.
I can beat a bear.
Yeah. As we drive to the next job, we start listening. I
Like,
bet I could beat a house cat for sure. And you're like, house cat? Anybody can beat a house cat. I could beat a bear.
But I'm scared of spiders,
Right.
lizards, and snakes.
First of all, lizards are so everywhere over here. You're just like,
Yo.
I was going to say you would
lizard.
not do well in Florida.
Yo, I'm like, yo.
Yeah. But I've lived here since '89 and I've seen 2 snakes, so you're okay. I've seen them in streets dead. I never see them in the backyard.
They're back there.
You know what? You pee outside.
Huh?
You pee outside. You set a perimeter. They don't like the smell.
This is a
Yeah.
mouth.
Yeah. It's
No
for real.
way.
That's like that old thing in Hawaii. If you get scraped by some coral, you piss on it.
Oh, and they go away.
It doesn't work.
No. I think you're thinking of jellyfish. You might be crossing two wires.
I don't
right?
know. I got scraped by some coral.
By the way, just put this in the show too. It's jellyfish, you idiot. You just peed on yourself for nothing.
No, it's not me. It's the other guy. Lay down. I'm gonna piss on you. It's how it works in Hawaii.
It's hitting him in the back of the head. And he's like, I think it's jellyfish. Google says jellyfish.
Is it working? It's stinging extra hard.
This is the best show I've never seen. All right, wait. I totally forgot what we were talking about. You didn't want to move
Fighting
to
a bear.
Florida because you didn't want to have to fight a bear, and you live in Atlanta. Like that's better. Atlanta has mountains
No,
compared to Florida,
no. That's not the mountains.
right?
Atlanta has bugs, different
Oh,
bugs,
I don't
like
like
bugs carrying radios and CDs.
You want to hear a funny spider story?
Yeah.
So, I don't sleep with my wife during the week because my alarm goes off at 4:00 and I snore like a bear.
Right.
So I used to sleep in the old guest bedroom where we had like a sleigh bed, and my son was little and he would sleep with me.
Yeah.
And I got up to pee one night and I came back and there was a spider on the wall, like the size of my hand. Like it got me. I was afraid it was going to carry my son out of the bedroom. It was so big.
What?
So I grab a shoe and
you
I
missed.
step up on the bed, step up on the end table, and I go to whack the spider. Well, I realized I didn't grab my shoe. I grabbed his. I'm a size 12. He was like a size 5. So I missed. And I hit the wall, and the spider fell back at me. So I fell back to avoid the spider, hit the end of the sleigh bed, destroyed the bed. I mean, when I got up, I was bleeding, and there were splinters everywhere on the floor. And I still to this day don't know where the spider went. So we had to leave that room. I had to go wrap a bandage that night. Yeah, spiders are no joke, man. They know you're coming, and they fight against you before you even get to them.
And
I
you're
don't
gonna,
know.
mean?
and you're gonna fight a bobcat.
Like spider sense. Like they know if you're about to whack it, they know it's happening, and they move. They wait till the last second, then they haul ass.
Wow.
You know what we don't have though is like we don't. Have, I grew up in New York. We had roaches in New York. We don't have roaches here. We got
Yes,
these,
you do.
We got
Palmetto
palmetto
bugs.
bugs.
Yeah, they're
They're
roaches.
bigger.
That's the roach.
Yeah.
I saw one. It came in the kitchen and opened the refrigerator. He's like, he's like, oh, Airbnbs. I was like, what?
But it's one in like cockroaches were like 100 of them. You saw one, they'd all scurry.
This
That
thing was
doesn't
so
happen here.
big, I know it had a family somewhere.
It was providing. It was providing for its family.
Yeah, he was like,
Yeah.
are you enjoying Florida? I was like, what the hell?
Those big roaches don't bother me, man. And you really do have to crunch them to kill them, though. Because
Listen.
I've stepped on them and then they still walk away.
This thing was on the wall, and I was just bragging, like, this is a really nice area. Nice house, nice clean house. Because, it's hard for me to go to anybody's.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, man, this is nice. What is that?
Is that a skylight?
It's just calmly.
Mm-hmm.
What you
Doesn't-
watching?
Doesn't care about you. Does not afraid of you.
Yeah.
No, it's doing its
Then
thing.
it disappeared.
Yep, and it's living under the shower or somewhere else right now. It's still there.
Wow. Now you got me.
Now, let me tell everybody, this is Faizon Love. He's going to be at the Improv this weekend. Of course, now, 2 things. One, I'm glad that you're here because I love having you on the show. But, of course, I'm going out of town after the show today, so I won't be here. But
Right, buddy.
listen, there are a few people. I lie to everyone, and I go, I'm going to come to the show this weekend. You're on the list of people I would really love to go see. I was so excited. I've been looking forward to it for as soon as I saw that they put it up there that you were coming. I was like, finally.
You had hit me up about a couple months ago. Was it a
Yeah,
couple months ago.
because I finally saw on the calendar. I was like, thank God. No, I don't, because a lot of people I have to pretend that I like when they're in here, but I really do like you.
I can't
Yeah.
see you doing that.
Nah, like I'll get through it, but by the end of it, I didn't really like them. Yeah. And also, if you've only been here for 10 minutes and we go, hey, well, it was good seeing you, you sucked on the show.
Hilarious.
Yeah. There's been a couple. We've been pretty good. What's good about this show is we have a tendency to pull the good out of people. We'll give you some time.
It's you.
I talked to Mike Tyson one time, and I go, hey, Mike, how you doing? He goes, honestly, I'm kind of sick of doing these interviews. That was the first thing he said.
Yeah.
And I went, well, this is going to be great. By the end of it, he was like, this is my favorite interview. I had a great time.
Yeah.
So you just need to know how to get into the people. Tell me what you've been working on. What have you been doing? I really did pull up your IMDb just to see if there's anything I missed, and you had a busy 2023.
No,
Or at least things came out in
just seemed
2023.
like that.
Yeah.
We're on strike.
I know.
We've been on strike, writer strike. So you can start writing.
That's why I started writing. I'm not in the union. I'm going,
Yeah.
yeah.
The Back on the Strip that came out this year. That was so fun because we shot it in Vegas.
Yeah.
And
Can I ask you about that real quick? When you live in Vegas,
yeah,
how far do you live away from the action, like the strip?
I'm
and all
right
that?
down. I was on Flamingo. The place called Spanish Trails.
Do you gamble?
No.
Oh, see, that's my problem. I could never. That's where I'm going this weekend. I'm going to gamble in the Hard Rock.
Oh, Hard Rock?
Yeah, but
Hard
the one
Rock
in
is-
Miami
Oh,
or South
yeah.
Florida.
Oh yeah. No, I don't. I never gamble. I mean, if I gamble, it's $100, and I just go down to Old Vegas. That's
yeah,
where it's
that's
happening.
that's the fun part.
Yeah, that's happening now. So
Yeah.
you go down there and everything's, that's where the locals go.
Yeah.
Or I might go to the Oyster Bar. Have you been to the Oyster Bar?
Not there, no, but I'm a fan of the oyster bars.
Oh,
That'd be another thing we could do.
oh,
Telling you, we'd be best friends.
we could be buffet critics.
Yeah. That's what we should. Hey, what are we gonna do instead of being mobsters? And you'd be like, what if we make these YouTube? These kids and we'll go review buffets. That would be
Hey,
great.
these kids are making like $15,000.
Yeah. and we don't have any talent. We just videotape each other eating. No commentary or nothing. How does he look? Yeah. Just us eating French toast sticks for a half hour. Oh, that's hilarious. That would be great. Oh.
No commentary.
Yeah. Then we find some nerdy kid to follow us around and just videotape us eating.
That's actually funny.
Yeah.
I would watch that. That's funny. That's funny.
I love Vegas, but I could never live there.
Listen,
I'm not an addictive gambler, but I would be if I lived there.
Vegas has become a suburb of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they won't just build a studio there, which is I think Mark Wahlberg is doing it now.
Building one out there?
Yeah, but it's like when actors start stuff, it always turns into a clubhouse.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
It'd be
like,
just his buddies there.
Yeah.
So, you know him at all?
Not a funny story about him. I don't know him,
Yeah.
but one night I was drunk and we were at this club right next to the Chateau Marmont,
Uh-huh.
and I was just drunk, and we were out, and somebody had gave me a harmonica, and I kept tripping like it was my birthday. That's why we were drunk, because it was my birthday.
Right.
And somebody gave me a harmonica. So what am I gonna do? Who do I look like? So I kept laughing. The guy that gave it to me was with us, and he's like, I was like, why did you give me a harmonica? He's like, nah, just something you don't have. Like, what do you think I'm gonna do? Go on a blues show or something like that? So I got wasted.
Please tell me you pulled it out and started playing.
I pulled it. It was going around the whole club. Everybody knew I couldn't play it. And this guy sitting there crying. He's got a hat on. And I go to him, and it's Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, that's funny.
He looked up, he's like, oh. Yeah, he's crying, laughing, and I'm going,
Dude, that's hilarious, man. I met him this year, a couple of months ago. He's got this new tequila.
oh, yeah.
So he came
yeah.
to town with the tequila.
Yeah.
He's exactly what you'd assume he would be. He's
Cool.
just cool.
Just cool.
And,
Yeah, just cool. Just ice cold water.
yeah, and it was hard for me to believe that the two of us were the same age. I was like, the whole time I'm just looking at him and I'm going, I mean, I don't know what he's doing. I mean,
Different
maybe
paths.
sit-ups. Yeah, maybe that
I
4 o'clock in
mean,
the morning stuff.
Listen, we were about to talk about this earlier about the your body is
A Wonderland.
no, it was destined to be that anyway.
Yeah, it's predetermined.
It was like the fat cells in your body were there.
Yeah.
So I mean, people, because you feel bad because people are like, hey buddy, maybe you ought to go to watch.
Yeah.
We want you around. I'm like, listen, bro. And then you go, yeah, but I don't know any fat dudes besides Ralphie, man. He just kicked it
Right, from being fat.
from eating oxtail.
Yeah.
I don't think he dies here from he lies here too many oxtails.
and also, and not to disparage Ralphie after his death, but Ralphie had a lot of other factors going into it.
Yeah.
Things weakening his heart. So, and
Yeah.
I've managed to avoid all of that. So,
Right. It's not just fat.
Right. Fat may cut a couple of years off.
I don't even think so because listen, I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I have a lot of skinny friends that are dying.
This is true. This is very true.
Strokes and shit. The shit.
Oh,
they
you
go,
can't
yeah.
say that word.
Huh?
You can't say that word.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
That's right. We dump it.
They
We
can't
dump it,
say
yeah.
stroke?
No.
Not allowed.
I'm sorry. It feels
It's
like
offensive
a
to fat
podcast.
people.
Fat people don't like stroke. But I'm yeah.
Yeah, but see, Ian Beckles is a former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, and he's a big dude. And he comes on the show, and sometimes he's in like really good shape.
Yeah.
And I go, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "One day I just looked around and I said, I ain't never seen a 70-year-old man that weighed 300 pounds." I went, "Hey, you got a good point there." And now, yeah,
Well, eventually your body is gonna wait. My father was a big dude,
right,
and the older he got, the more. I mean, he wasn't big like.
but you're solid big.
That's
No, I mean, seriously, you're like I carry it okay because I'm tall and I'm proportionally fat. You are big and solid upper body, but you got a good lower body.
if I get rid of the gut,
Yeah, everybody wants to get rid of the gut.
Yeah, so
But I came to terms with the fact that I'm never gonna have abs. It's never. They're in there somewhere, but I don't need to see them.
need them. Back in the day when if you had abs, you looked hungry.
Yeah.
Get that boy a bill.
My son has abs, and I go, "Oh, you take after your mother's side of the family."
Listen, you ever see my Muhammad Ali with his shirt off?
No, no, he didn't have abs. No.
That's a thing. That's a thing.
Yeah.
It's an anesthetic. It's not real. Like abs, okay.
But
there's people with abs who don't do anything.
yeah, they're naturally blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Rife has abs, and I went to see
Matt
him. And there were
Rife.
10,000 girls that wanted to get on his D.
Of
So
course.
that I do realize that there are some advantages to
10
having
years
a.
old, though. I've known Matt since he look, he did this. I was a judge of the Black Bay Area competition one year. I hosted it, and Matt comes in. I think he's about 16,
Right.
and he just slays it.
Yeah.
This one is called Black Racism. It's like he's not gonna win. I was like, no, he won. No, Lord, he's not gonna Eminem us. I was like, y'all gave that to the wrong guy. Yeah, I've just known Matt for a long time.
That's the thing. You want to hate him, but he's funny. And
No, I always thought he was a little. He would call me for advice. And I was like, man, just keep doing what you're doing, bro.
he seems like it worked out for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is, yeah.
He had a tour poster, and it was him dropping the mic shirtless, and I went, "There's a guy who clearly knows his strengths." And then every girl in the place was at the edge of their seat, rubbing the seat while they were watching him. I'm like, I know.
Hilarious.
I'm telling you right now, this kid knows who his crowd is, knows what he's dealing
Yes.
with, and gonna stay in it until he's got $50 million.
Yeah. And listen,
That'll be next year.
and he was funny.
Yeah, and that was the thing. I left the show. I was like, yeah, he was funny.
No, back then he was funny.
Yeah.
I mean, he was, and he was a kid. It's like this is before he was on Wild and Out,
Yeah.
all that stuff. So he was, he's earned it. I mean,
We were talking about this before. Comedians are some of the most insecure, people ever because they're up there trying to make other people laugh. But yet we'll always help out other comedians. Like that's a good community. Most of the people.
Not me.
No.
They tell me, you can't say that. I'm like, if he sucks, because there's a new age of these guys that do these whatever those videos, and they think they're being comedians.
They're not
like,
comedians,
bro,
yeah.
bro, that's not what we do.
Yeah.
It's like no, there's Country Kevin who who's I was like he did a special. And I was like, what is this?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. There are people that will sell out. Like my son, I'll go, who is this guy? Because I'll look at the schedule and say, who's this guy? And I'll go from YouTube, and I'll ask my kids, and they'll be like, oh yeah, we know that guy. He's good, whatever. And I'm like, not good on the show, good, but I mean, good to do a 7:00 show on a Saturday and have 300 kids show up to see it.
Right.
But look, let them make their money. I get it. It's just not our thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not calling you a comedian.
Exactly. And they, well, man, the black neighborhood, you hating? No, I just got eyes.
Yeah. Also, when you did something and you worked your way to get there and earned it,
right?
The next, like I love when podcasters would be like, in the beginning, they're like, on my radio show. I'm like, you don't have a radio show. You have some equipment from Radio Shack in the garage. And that is not a radio show. Although, ironically, we're on equipment from Radio Shack in my garage. Yeah. I don't know.
But
It
you
bugs
did
me.
it for years.
Right. Joe Rogan's got a podcast.
Right.
You have, some
Right.
you and your friends talking about what every other comedian talks about.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Let's talk about this Jada thing.
We have not talked about that. Because I just don't think that there's anything new for us to really talk about. But man, how good must that vagina be on Jada that she got Tupac and made Will Smith's life miserable?
Well, what's funny is, not funny is they figured out who killed Tupac.
I saw that.
And they're questioning Will Smith.
That's so funny.
I don't
Do you know Diddy at all?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
I never would have thought that he'd be, not never would have thought, but I never thought he'd be a good actor. I just didn't know, He is so good in Made, and he is so good in Get Him to the Greek. I think, I can't tell you how many times I was like, I got 22 kookaroos, and I go to the refrigerator, and I'm like, it's Daddy's favorite show. It's Biggest Loser time. Like, he is funny as hell, man. And when he's in that movie, that Red Dragon stuff is that
was
movie
his
is one of my
first
favorite
movie.
movies ever.
That was his first movie.
Look, it's smart for a director to say, let's get this famous guy in here and let him do it. But when he comes in there and he fits in that movie with funny people, that just goes to show you he's got it.
He was working.
Yeah.
I mean, with rehearsal, and then that scene in the limo, he was really making us laugh because he was like, "And you," and I got the thing in my nose. I'm like, "What?" It's like, but yeah, it was, and J-Lo was on the set. It was monumental.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that was J-Lo days.
I remember she was. They all came down and. He was like trying to show up. Like, they were sitting behind me. I was like, that's nice. That's nice. My girlfriend Shalita should be here any day.
When J-Lo walks by, you just go, I just want to smell her hair.
Well, what's so funny was I met her a long time ago. Her best friend was Kim Field.
Uh-huh.
And they would hang out, and they came to the Comedy Store. To the Comedy Act.
Wait a second. Tootie Kim Fields?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
They were best friends.
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah. And they both came down. She had a short haircut then. And they were, I got off stage and they were like, "Oh my God!" And I had talked about Kim Breast on stage. She was so shy, like me. And Jennifer was there, and she was just like, she made me seem like I can get it, like
Yeah.
hi.
Yeah.
But this was before Living Color.
Oh, really? So this is early on. So you probably could have got her.
Who knows? She's always been nice. Always been nice.
You know who I met one time? Renee Zellweger. You know who she is? She was
Yeah.
So I met her at the MTV Movie Awards one time, and I talked to her for a couple of minutes, and she was like very rubbing my arm, and I go, "Can I get her?" I mean, she just made out with Tom Cruise, And I was like, I feel like I can get her. And I was nobody. And then a couple of years later, Artie Lang was on the Howard Stern show, and he's like, I really felt like I could bang Renee Zellweger. And I went, she that does that to everybody, or she's got a thing for fat Italian guys. Maybe we're her type, you know?
Listen,
Yeah.
that day is over with now.
Wouldn't that be great if you'd be like, Jennifer Lopez?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got that.
Yeah, I mean,
I was in there before everybody else.
I was like, I was on the block.
I owned the block at the time, yo. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, she was very nice. I
Yeah.
mean, there's
You didn't nail Tootie, did you?
no.
No.
I just did a Mike Epps TV show. She directs it.
Oh,
And
really?
she's so smart. I love smart women.
Is Mike Epps the one in that Eddie Murphy Seth Rogen movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
steals that movie.
The uncle.
Dude,
Yeah.
he is so funny. I mean, at the end of that movie, I went, hey, I like that movie. Eddie Murphy was good. Everybody was good. But Mike Epps steals that
Yeah.
movie. That
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
Is he playing Richard Pryor? Is he going to be in that biopic?
I don't know if that
Or is that Marlon Wayans? Somebody? Because
No,
I remember
no,
he
they-
was in the running.
I mean, everybody was in. I mean,
Right.
at one point, Seth Rogen was going to play him. It's like, I don't know what's going on with the project. I don't know.
because I
It's gonna be
thought
hard
he
to
would have
do.
been great.
I thought Jeffrey Wright would be the only person that could play him.
Jeffrey
Oh,
Wright is
familiar.
good.
I thought he'd be the only because he goes so deep into the. Most comedians want to go for the joke, Richard Pryor.
Right.
but
You want
not-
the actor.
Yeah, we want the essence of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeffrey Wright's great. He's
Yeah.
a great actor. Yeah.
I
That'd
think,
be interesting. Might
Oh,
be
no.
too old now.
no, because Richard Pryor never looked young.
That's true.
He never
That's
looked-
true.
He would never look like. Hey, when he looked young, that was with the 60s.
I'm fine. I don't care what people do and who they bang or whatever, but I love to hear stories. The idea that Richard Pryor was banging Barbara Walters
Really?
and Marlon Brando blow my mind. Blow my mind. People are like, oh yeah, Marlon Brando would Marlon liked to be doing it with whatever gave him pleasure. So sometimes it was this person, that brother, Richard Pryor, and I was like, well, what did you just say?
What? Who said that?
Oh, I've read that a lot. And then
His daughter came out and said,
yeah.
Richard Pryor's, Rain Pryor said, that they used to
They used
all
to do
kind of
drugs
stuff.
and had
Are you
orgies all day.
serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Marlon Brando evidently would stick anything in this that made him feel good. So, and then what was the
This
other?
is blowing my mind right now.
What's the other dude's name that just died? That was Richard Pryor's friend that died.
Yeah.
They call Sweet Thing.
Yeah.
Paul.
Paul Mooney.
Yeah.
Because if you watch some of those old specials, Richard will be like, Paul Mooney be hanging this over my head. He thinks I care if you tell me I went down on another guy. He thinks I'm afraid that you're going to tell. So you knew Richard was into some stuff.
I
But-
always thought they were jokes, because
Nah.
geez.
Yeah. But Paul Mooney evidently was hooking up with Richard's son, and we were supposed to have that guy on the show, and it was like right after Paul Mooney came out and said that, and evidently Richard wanted to have him killed when he found out. So I asked his son about that, and he hung up on me, and I went, what just happened? And then he called back and he hung up, and they were like, you're not supposed to ask about that. I go, well,
like-
nobody told me. I didn't know.
And it's the only reason we were having him on.
Right. It was topical at the time.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a lot of craziness going on in that family.
Like Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's why I don't. Okay. I don't understand
Tell me. I'll explain it to you. What don't you understand?
the Me Too movement.
Oh, I don't even want to mess with them because I'm so. Oh, the Me Too. No, I'm afraid of the woke people. The Me Too people we could talk about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because Hollywood is for runaways, derelicts,
You're right. People who go to find. Yeah.
to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And you just exit yourself from that party.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Although some of that Harvey Weinstein stuff was pretty gross.
I don't know all of it.
If he
but
was better looking, I don't think it would be as bad.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
If George Clooney was doing all
There
this.
you go.
Although the guy from the Today Show, Matt Lauer, he was good looking. They got him.
I think he pissed the wrong guy.
That might be true. That might be
Because I
true.
don't understand that it's there's nothing nice about Hollywood.
No.
Other than the work,
Yeah.
there's nothing but diabolic stuff going on.
Nobody ever comes back and goes, man, Hollywood, I love it. You should all move there. They're like, this is the worst place ever. I got a house somewhere else, but I have to go live in Hollywood and blah, blah, blah.
Listen, do you know the only thing that doesn't do drug tests?
Every other job in the whole world In this one, makes you take a test for insurance, and then they go, but a little drugs is okay. That's so. You're the only. It's the only city where people will be like, I've been sober for 10 years, and then light up a joint, and be like, oh no,
Oh no,
Hollywood.
this,
sober.
California,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's so
there's,
funny.
There's nothing to be at a party and the guy just pulls out a saucer of cocaine. He's like, yeah,
All right.
Faizon, you really need to
Saucer.
watch your health.
Gio, you don't even have to give it to me. I know we're way over. All right, I got to wrap it up. I see Gio's making a second note to me already. Listen to me. Go see Faizon Love. He's going to be at the Improv this weekend. I know the number. Come on, I could do this. Well, improvtampa.com is the website. Go buy tickets. You know him from Friday. You know him from Elf. You know him from the movie that you probably have not seen, but I promise you, if you rent or buy the movie Made with Jon Favreau and Vince Vaughn and Faizon and Pete, it's one of the best movies. One of my favorite movies.
Well, I just finished doing a film like that before the strike called Last Stop to Yuma.
Oh yeah, I saw that on your thing. What is that?
It's winning a bunch of awards.
Really?
Yeah. Little film, great director Francis. Boogeyman. I mean, these kids are just so smart with these. They're smart.
Yeah.
And we did this, and now they're selling out all kind of
Festivals.
yes.
Yeah.
And they're over in France right now.
Oh, yeah.
We just won an award over there for best
That's great.
Last Stop to Yuma.
Don't get too famous to where I'm start filming my movie. You know, I mean, I can't get Bert Kreischer. It takes him 4 days to call me back now.
He's
so,
funny.
Yeah, he's very funny.
He's funny. You know his wife?
Yeah, Leanne.
What's
Leanne.
No, what's the comedian he has? Bert takes off his shirt.
Yeah. yes.
He's funny.
Yes.
But there's another comedian who.
Tom Segura.
Oh,
Yes.
Christina.
Yes.
Yeah,
she's-
yeah.
Both of them, but she's hilarious.
Mhm. Yeah, they're good. They're all good people. We're going on Bert's cruise next week.
He has a cruise?
Yeah,
weird. I didn't
fully
get it.
loaded out of Miami.
That's weird.
You want to come? I'll
I
take you with us. If you want to go.
Get it.
My niece is graduating from USC Film School
Nice.
in March
highly-
next year.
Nice.
I'm gonna come up during Christmas break and we'll film our pilot.
You want to film it in Los Angeles?
I
guess
don't know.
we could.
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
That's a real thing,
Yeah.
by the way, what you're saying.
Look, I'm writing.
And the fact that it started here
Yeah.
and we completed, we got to complete it.
I'm in. I'm the easy
in.
one. I don't even have to be in it. I just want to see it come to fruition.
I want to see you on camera, see how it works.
I'm pretty good. I mean, I have the confidence that I need to be an actor, so I'm pretty good.
Nowadays, listen, trust me, it's just you.
Listen to me. Can I just say this on the record? I think you're awesome. You are one of my favorite guests on the show.
I appreciate that.
Please come here more often.
I think
Come see your kids.
I'm moving next door. I'll be like,
I'll build out another room right next door for you if you want.
I'm gonna get a spot. I'm telling you, I'm like, oh.
I'll
Hey.
protect you from the wildlife. Move here. The only thing is, it's not fat guy friendly in the summer. It is hot, but you get used to it.
Do all the have animals here? All
Yeah. They definitely all have lizards. I can tell you that.
in the house.
Not in the house. I don't have them in the house.
No.
Is that the end of the show? We're actually done with the show.
Yeah.
It's,
We went really over.
yeah.
Oh man,
All right. That's worth it.
nice.
That's worth it. Faizon Love. He is at the Improv this weekend, Ybor City.
864-4000.
Thank
Hey, I want
you.
one of these. Where can I get this from?
What, the cassette?
Yeah.
We'll send you one.
Really?
No, because Galvin bought it for me for my birthday one year.
Yeah.
Nice.
I kicked Gallagher out of the studio one time. I told him to go smash his fruit in the hall. So they put it on there, and I said, go smash your fruit in the hall, you old codger.
I got it online.
We'll find you one.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend.
Thanks, man.
I didn't know it was over already. We'll be back on Monday. See you then. Check us out on Instagram at the Mike Calta Show. Goodbye, everybody.
Peace.